Big ups. Good afternoon for my American viewers. Good evening if you are in the UK staying up late on a Sunday night. I believe it's a bank holiday on Monday. How are we doing, folks? Welcome into the United Spurs of America. As you can see, I'm Jacob by myself, solo dolo today. But that is no problem. Probably a little bit of a short stream. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat if you are interested coming on saying something. There's the link. If you want it, you can come on. If not, I'm just going to do a real quick player ratings assessment. I kind of debated doing a ranking on today's performance, but then I realized I don't have roster pictures for Matthew Craig or George Abbott. But you know what? We move anyway. So I might just do like for today, since I'm by myself, I'll probably do just a ranking of performance from today rather than a season ranking. Primarily, mostly because, Michael's not here with me. If Michael was here, probably I'd rather do a season, to be honest, because if you look at today, there's really not much from today that, I mean, yeah, we won 4-1, the season's over, etc., etc. But, for me, I didn't really have too many pennies in this, if you know what I'm saying. So, I want to be happy, 4-1 win. I feel bad for Leeds, which was it commiserations, I guess is what you would say. Commiserations to Leeds United for their campaign this season. But you know what? We finish in 8th place. No European football. 1 game a week. Might not be a bad thing. I got my first guest joining in, so I think he wants to help me rank these players, and he's such a beautiful smiling face. I'm just going to bring him in off the top. You know him. You love him. He is Ben Kaufman.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. It's the end of the season.
Yeah.
Soon I'll be on the same constant as one of my favourite people on the planet, Mr. Jacob. We won't be anywhere near each other, but I'll be on the same
You'll be on the other side of the, but
So
same
technically,
continent.
I'll be part of the United Spurs of America for 2 weeks.
Just saying, that's true.
And yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy this show. And it's bank holiday tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's why, I was like, let's do a show on a Sunday night. It is bank holiday after all.
there we go. Now we're complete.
There you go. Purple and gold. I love it. Let's say what's up to the chat real quick. Carl Simpson says, big up, gents. Everyone in the chat. I was actually going to cancel this show because Michael's out with his wife. And I was like, do I really want to do a show by myself? I was playing some Mario with the family. And I was like, you know what? I saw Carl Simpson and Alan Sibley and Ben Kaufman in the chat. And I was like, I can't. They came here looking for at least something. So I wanted to come here and at least get some
milk.
Oh, you said what now?
I think we need some milk.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. We always need some milk here on United Spurs of America. But big up, Carl Simpson. Thank you for being part of the reason why I was motivated enough to go through with the show today. Alan 10-inch in the house. Big up, Alan. Says, good evening, all. Thank God the season's over and now just director of football and managerial farce to sort out. That'll be fun in the coming weeks. All the links and lodges that we'll have. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I didn't actually say that off the top because Ben, in my polls, I will never say, did you like the video? Did you subscribe? You can choose to do that. It is a free country here in America. So I try to at least make it interactive. Curious who everyone's man of the match was. So that's the poll for today. So far, resounding Harry Kane. Yeah. Bissouma with an honorable mention as well. Pedro Porro's got a couple vote, maybe a vote or two, but we're doing well. Big up, Alan. Thank you for the reminder. Please do hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching this back on playback, big up yourself right now for watching this back on playback. Well, almost knocked my shit over, but big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Please do hit that like, subscribe, and share. Help the algorithm here with United Spurs America. Ben Kaufman in the house. Lovers Lane member doubled up. Scott M, Kane, and Porro, only decent players today. Everyone else mediocre at best, and that is being kind. And Alan says, kind, you don't know the meaning of the word, Scott. Scott is kind. Scott's very kind to United Spurs of America. Big up, Wayne Bonner, fellow YouTube Lovers Lane member. Says, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all well. Good to see my boys Bissouma and Sar play today. Good to see Mason have the balls to play two of the youngsters. That was nice. It was when I saw Matthew Craig coming on, I was a little bit like, I wanted Santiago. But it's okay. Maybe another day I'll see Santiago because he's actually done really well for the youth team, Santiago. But yeah, it was good to see some youth players coming up there. And again, there's the link if anyone's interested in joining, helping me rank these players from today's performance. We won't do season performance. I'll wait for Michael and we'll do a seasonal performance one. Kind of maybe once the dust settles a little bit from everything. Cursor says, like secured. Big up, Jacob. There is Cursor. Big up, Cursor, my homie. Leo Land, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Leo Land. Lisa's in the chat. Chica, big up. Big up. Mark Cousins, the sheriff in the house. Big up, Jacob. Season ranking shit at best.
Yeah,
that is true. Good thing we're not doing the season ranking as a whole.
That's video over, Jacob. That's all
there we go.
Yeah,
and that's been United Spurs of America. We haven't even made it to 10 minutes yet where I can curse. Not even freely, because even if I just mention Eric Dyer, I get hit with the limited ad suitability because I guess I said something wrong to the wrong person. But big up Mark Cousins. Big up Lisa. Head mod in the house. Who's the oh, Ben? They're talking about Ben. I was like, wait, who's the head mod? Because I got Ben right here. Big up Elias as well. Got that YouTube membership. If you're interested in getting your YouTube membership, it is available. Is in the is in the description of this video. You can click that link. It is also there's a little join button by United Spurs of America name if you're on PC. I don't know how it works on the phone, but either way, if you don't want to do that, liking and subscribing goes just as far. Ben, let me ask you, just real quick, who did you have as your man of the match today? Kane had the brace, hard to deny. Bissouma was kind of long schlonging it.
Bissouma's a good player, but it's got to go to Class A, as some people call him. The man was phenomenal today. Again, it was another one-man team performance, wasn't it? Flicking the ball over people's heads.
That was so fun to see that little flick. How many nutmegs did he have today? Because they were fouling him. Yeah. He would have a nice little move, a little turn on the inside, and they would trip him or tackle him. They were really handsy today, trying to keep their hands on the mans. But
I mean, the man is one of the greatest footballers on the planet, and it was easy for him. It was easy. It was almost like Leeds didn't deserve to be on the same pitch as this man. This man, he's a genius. He is an absolute genius. Honourable mentions. I believed he had COVID, and now it seems that he's gotten over this bit of ill fitness, and he looks really good.
I agree with you. That was actually, I think you were one of the first people in the YouTube stratosphere that was throwing out the notion, hey, he did have COVID in Korea, and I was sympathizing with that. I bought the damn Yves Bissouma shirt, so I believe in him as a player. I believe he's going to be great for us one day, and we're getting to see a little bit of the signs of it now. The past two matches, I've really enjoyed seeing him there. He's been up and down. He's been an anchor in defense, and he was creative today in the forward attack, and I like to see that. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot that he hit to Harry Kane, where Harry Kane's first touch kind of let him down, but there was a moment there where Bissouma had a slicing pass. I almost thought he was going for goal, but it seemed like a ground pass, and it got all the way through to Kane, and Kane just couldn't do something with it. I do agree with Carl Simpson here. For Kane to get 30 goals in this shit show of a season is unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and that just speaks to the quality that is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Harry Kane. Because 30 goals, I mean, if Erling Haaland wasn't completely being a robot in the Premier League right now, I think everyone would be talking about Harry Kane and the damage he's doing on a team that's finishing in 8th. When was the last time we had someone when was the last time we had someone in 8th place, a club in 8th place, and they had a scorer bagging 30 goals?
I don't know. I think, like, if you took Harry Kane's goals out of this team, we would be just above Everton. That's how bad we are.
Yeah, Ben, you did say in the private chat I have to change Wi-Fi networks, and you're breaking up a little bit, so it might be time to do that. that might be doing it for you anyway. But while Ben's thoughts and his camera are loading, I'll bring in the next guest who's been waiting in the back just oh so patiently, and then I see his beautiful face pop up, and I'm just very pleasantly surprised that he's here today, and I'm very pleased to say that he's here today. There's Ben.
There we go. Wi-Fi network changed, but yeah, before BT Internet rudely kicked me off. We are terrible without Harry Kane. I mean, we are absolutely terrible. He is, in the words that Sava doesn't like a lot, generational talent, generational footballer. This is a heroic. This is superhero stuff. This is but Superman, carrying an entire squad on his back. If only we had a defense. If we had a functional defense, we'd be going for the title with Harry Kane's goals.
Absolutely. I mean, if we had, you could argue if Kane was firing the way he's firing, Son and Kulu firing of similar to last season, then we would have a completely different. We'd be challenging for things in some sense.
It's not the output of the team. It's the defense. It's the input. The defense is, but I mean, we've conceded now 64 goals this year. I think in all competitions, that's 4 less than teams that got relegated. I think Leeds got 78 goals conceded this year, and then I think that everyone else was in that 68 goal. We're almost relegation conceding rate. That's how bad our defense is, and it's lucky Harry Kane's there to bail them out every week. They're
absolutely,
so lucky.
We're very lucky to have Harry Kane. Speaking of being lucky for who we have, I have another guest in the back, Ben. I'm going to bring him out. I love chatting with him anytime I host a show there on the Irish Hotspur. He calls in. We have a good chat. He was on fire today in the group chat, if I'm not mistaken. He was lighting a fire up a few people's butts. And I like to see the tenacity. Let me bring him in. Mr. Daniel Larson, how are we doing, my friend?
Oh, no.
How are you guys?
Himself.
Oh,
yes.
we got another one pop in the back, too. Another beautiful face. Daniel, I'm going to ask you real quick before I bring in the next guest. Who's your man of the match?
The one and only Harry Kane.
The one it has to be, right? It's got to be. With the brace, how you going to
this guy is just the second coming of Jesus Christ. I mean,
basically, yeah.
I mean, how? It's illegal what he's doing. It's illegal. It shouldn't be happening. 30 goals.
I think it's banned in 3 states in America, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean,
those states are Missouri, Iowa, and I think Kentucky.
Yeah,
Kentucky.
He's uploaded on. Sorry,
were you gonna say, Daniel? No, go ahead.
He's uploaded on Pornhub at this moment in time. But there you go. I mean, it's just, 30 goals for this fucking diabolical team. It's insane, you know.
Yeah, it is insane. Speaking of, well, maybe not insane, but when I see him, my heart goes insane. It flutters as such a butterfly amongst a meadow of flowers, just so much pollen and excitement. On a beautiful sunny day, he was there live and direct. I believe I heard him through the telly, if I'm not mistaken. It is the one and only Barry from Shelfshire Spurs Show. Barry, hey, what's cracking?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just got back, and I know I sent you a message on the way back, going, I don't think I'm going to get back in time, but I'm back, and
you're back
in time.
Yes,
and yeah, it's been a long day, let's just say, traveling up there and back, but it was worth it, right? We got 3 points, the season is over, and yeah, I mean, look, that Lucas Moura's goal at the end, just obviously it was good for him.
But that was horrible defending, though, wasn't it? Everyone is waxing Liverpool about that
Leeds are just
goal.
a horrible football team. I mean, to lose,
oh my god,
lose 4-1 to us just says it all, right?
That was it wasn't even difficult. If it was like there and that, and it was like that was terrible defending.
Yeah, they were terrible. To be fair, we weren't great either, right?
We scored the goal as well.
We scored a goal in the second minute. We thought.
I remember.
We thought they were going to come back at us because look, they needed to win the game, right? To try and stay up. I mean, it would have been irrelevant, right? But they were what they did show. What I would say with the Leeds fans is that they showed as a fan base how to protest against their owners. There was various chants of "you're not fit to wear the shirt," sack the board, and then obviously, Jacob, I'm going to send you this, and I don't know whether you'll be able to play it. It was the Leeds fans at the end, right? And it was.
Is it your video?
It's my video, yeah.
Well, then you hear that, YouTube, you bastards. This is his video that we're going to play.
This is my video that was recorded live
your phone.
direct from Elland Road, and it was when the Leeds fans. Well, I thought they were coming on the pitch. They were fighting with the police. They were fighting with the stewards to get on the pitch. It was kind of crazy, man. And they ended up getting the police ended up tear gassing the Leeds fans.
Oh shit. That's crazy, man. I've heard some crazy stories about the fans over there at Elland Road.
They're passionate. They care.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, we were right there. We're like 10 rows from the front. Obviously, I could see Emerson Royale on that right wing up close and personal.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of their antics, I couldn't get near the front to ask him for his shirt because he couldn't come over because we were kind of in the corner near the Leeds fans. So obviously that was upsetting. But yeah, the Levy out chants as well. They were loud. Second minute.
I heard them on the TV.
Second minute, they were loud. There was some beach balls going along that were thrown onto the pitch. You probably didn't see them because everyone went a little bit too early and threw them a bit too early. There was the balloons, but yeah, it was loud. The Spurs fans, as always, the away fans were loud, and yeah, the Levy out chants were. There was a couple of old guys stood behind me and Ryan, and were like, "Oh, why don't you support the team? Why do you support the team?" I said, "Well, we are supporting the team. We're cheering when we score." And
supporting the team by getting better owners to put money in.
Supporting the team by hoping our trajectory changes in a positive manner.
Exactly. And Elias, I'm not even going to give that comment any what should
credence?
I say? Yeah. I'm not gonna give it
that. Using that sort of substance on people is not fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that can't be a nice thing. Jordan, big up Jordan's in the chat, says Haaland wouldn't score 30 goals in this Tottenham team.
Correct.
Kane is the only
100%.
complete package in the Prem, next to Kevin De Bruyne, Kevin De Lord. Lisa says, thought popped into my mind today. What if Kane waits out his contract, goes to City as the new KDB? He won't take Haaland's position, in my opinion, but KDB is a few years older than Kane. Thoughts? My thoughts, Lisa. He could do that. He could. I still think that my gut feeling is that he'll be here next year and he'll wait out his contract and he'll leave on a free and we won't get any money for Harry Kane. Yeah. And that'll be that. Now, if he goes to City and plays as a KDB, I wouldn't blame him one bit because you're shoehorning at least going to get one damn trophy a season. So then maybe that could put to bed the rest. What are y'all's thoughts? Ben, what do you think about him going to City playing as that KDB at the end of next season?
As someone that isn't a conspiracy theorist, if City don't win the Champions League this year, if City don't win that trophy this year, they're going to be like, fuck it, we're desperate to win it. 100 million. Just have Haaland and Kane up front. That is something they would do if they don't happen to win this year. They're going to win the Champions League this year. Inter Milan, although they are a very decent unit, got very decent players in that squad. So they've got nothing.
Forza Inter, come on.
Forza Inter. Actually, no, never Forza Inter. I hate Inter.
Just for 2 hours. Just for 2 hours, Forza Inter.
No, I would never support Inter. I hate Inter.
Hey, Zlatan's played for both. Zlatan's played for both.
When you work with as many Italians as I've worked with, the Inter fans I've always worked with and the Juventus fans have been insufferable. So no, not Inter. Just both teams lose. Game gets called off. Neither team wins. That's what I want.
Yeah, you get, and then you give the trophy to us.
Forza Fiorentina. Forza, any team that isn't Inter or Juventus. I can't stand those teams.
I'm going Forza Inter because I don't want to see City win the Champions League. They're a great team. They're probably going to win it. Also, I like the David versus Goliath. No one's giving Inter a chance. They're saying City's going to easily take it. Yada yada yada. To me, come on, Forza. Is it Forza or Forza? It's spelled Forza.
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 I'll spare
This
Ben
club.
to tell you the right pronunciation. Also,
This
It's
club.
not Forza Inter, it's Cazzo Inter.
can I also say, Talk Sport, you're in the mud. Why spend your time interviewing me if you're not going to put it up?
They interviewed you?
They're in the mud.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did they interview you about? What was the
They
question?
just want that Chelsea
They interviewed about half a dozen Spurs fans before the game. There was like outside. They called it a fan zone, right? Obviously, you know what a fan zone is normally, right? But this was just.
In America, it's where they corral all the drunk people after an event, and they say, "This is the fan zone," and
this
sober
was
up
literally
here.
like a portion of. You walk through the gates. This was like a portion of the. Hang on a minute. The cat's decided to.
Meow.
Be quiet.
Big up Paul G. Paul G in the house.
So basically, it's like a little bit of square with a bit of a fence around it, and they called it a fan zone. And then Talk Sport came in. They asked me about what did I expect from today. So I said, I'll basically tell you the interview because obviously Talk Sport didn't have the justice to play it. They were like a bit like I don't know who they thought they were talking to.
They must not know.
Exactly. They didn't know. They sat there and they asked me about what I expected from today. I was like, well, kind of not fussed. Harry Kane, stay or go. I said, I'm kind of, if he wants to go, I'm happy. I'm not happy, but I'm happy. If he wants to stay, I'll be over the moon. What's your message for Harry Kane? Come on, mate. We eventually might win a trophy when you're 512, and then that'll be a massive thing to you. And then they said, who's the next manager? And I said, doesn't really matter under these owners because they're not going to back the manager. But it's probably going to be Brendan
Well, there you go.
Rodgers.
That's why they put it on TV. You're telling the truth too hard, man.
Yeah.
You should have alluded and been a little bit more.
And how weird. Right, this is weird as well. Big up to Brian, not Brian Daigle. Brian, who's a Spurs fan, right? So I'm on this is the weirdest thing that I've ever seen, right?
Big up Brian Daigle anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, big up to Brian Daigle. I'm on the phone to Brian Daigle, and this guy taps me on the shoulder and goes, "Hey, Barry." And I'm like, "Hello?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, I'm Brian. I watch you on YouTube. Are you on the phone to Brian Daigle?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "Oh, hi, Brian. I sent you a tweet about 10 minutes ago." And it was like the weirdest thing that's happened. Yeah. We're having this 3-word conversation with this guy.
I got
big up to Brian, who watches watches all of us on YouTube. So
yeah, big up.
Yeah.
I was in my local retail park in near Debden, and I saw these two guys arguing about Tottenham, as you do. And I just walked past and just say, "Levy out," and they were like, "Yes, Levy out." And I said, gave them the usual thing, subscribe to Tottenham on Tour, and they both turned around and said, "We already have." Big up, cough. It was solid.
Big up, yeah.
Solid.
Nice.
Talksport told you to keep your clothes on, Nick, and stop trying to seduce Laura Woods through the interview. Who's Laura Woods?
She's
only one
Arsenal
Laura
fan.
for Barry, mate. Only one Laura for Barry.
And that's
Exactly.
Barry's
There's
wife.
only one Laura for
come
me.
on.
She gets a lot of woods up throughout.
Does she, Daniel?
But you would
probably.
ruin her. Just saying.
I mean, I don't really like. I don't think she's still like. But
Well,
she's pretty.
big
good.
up J
She's
Co.
not like-
J Co in the house too. Big up Bobby K. Bobby K's in the house.
Bobby K.
I did star this comment from Jordan, and it's about Pedro Porro's finish. Gave him excitement in the heart and a little in the pants. I wanted to talk about this real quick before we move on to the meat of this stream, which was ranking our players' performances today. And Barry, I'm glad you're here because you saw him live and direct. I saw him on the boob tube. So it'll be a nice little balance here. But Pedro Porro's finish, to me, what a fucking angle. First of all, Harry Kane, you dog, you animal, you.
Oh, my God.
And then second off, after Kane's being a beast in the midfield and creating for our forwards, Pedro Porro to make the adjustment like that, the angle, and he still put it exactly where it had to go calmly. He didn't look flustered. It's just a calm, cool strike into the far post. I mean, this guy, even if he's not our right back, we got to consider him for like our right wing, no? Because he's in the when he gets in those positions of a right winger, he's deadly. He can cross it into the box, or he can cut it on the inside and shoot it on his right, on his left. I primarily like to see his right outside of the boot. We saw it versus United. He's got the quality of the shot in him. So for me, I'm pretty excited about Pedro Porro going forward, just because what I think he can offer us, not defensively, obviously, going forward. But I just wanted to test your guys' thoughts. Barry, you were there. What was that moment like, seeing it live? Pedro Porro, I think he took one touch and then shot, or was it his first touch? I can't remember. I need to watch the highlight again. But it was the ball was taking him away from net.
It was one touch. Look, for me, the future of Pedro Porro is right wing. He's not a right back. He's not a right wing back. He's a right winger. He can't defend. Honestly, the defensive mishaps against better teams in that first half on that right hand side, he was getting done by whoever it was on that, or Harrison, or whoever it was on that left hand side. But going forward, yeah, I mean, look, I would say that obviously there's that question mark around Kulu, and he's come out with that tweet saying he doesn't know where he's playing next season and everything else, right? So, look, for me, he's far better in that
Irish
in that attacking sense. You know, and I've said it before. If we went to a back four with Emerson at right back and Pedro Porro at right wing, you know, you could drop Kulu into the 10. It would make a massive difference. Look, Porro for me is far superior going forward. You've seen the goals that he scored this season, and yeah, for me it just looked too easy. Now look, okay, against a better keeper, you know, I watched it again on the highlights on the way back, and yeah, it was a tight angle. He did what he had to do, but probably the keeper should be doing better. But look, he's scored. You know, he scored that goal. Obviously, he assisted. There was kind of two pre-assists, right? Emerson to Porro, Porro to Son to Kane for the first goal. And yeah, he's far better. Everything that was good of our attacking threat came down that right hand side through Porro. So yeah, I think that's where his future lies. I don't think we should try and play him as that, you know, right back or right wing back. I think he can't defend. It's as simple as that. Just, you know, just as good as Emerson is at defending, Porro is as good as attacking. Right? If they were,
fuse them like Dragon Ball Z, man. I wish we could have them do a Dragon Ball Z dance, and they, you know, fuse into one player.
That would only last for like half an hour. They would need to have the two rings.
The earrings. Yeah, they would need the earrings. That's right.
It just shows.
Fuse them forever.
Unlike the catfish, Barry is not in the mud, because he said this when Pedro Porro came in. Play Emerson at right back, and he said it immediately. So, yeah, you're not a catfish, Barry, and you're not in the mud.
I am in the mud because I said we get 9 points from the last 9 games. We only got 7.
You're only slightly in the mud. Then you're having a mud bath.
There.
You're having a mud bath.
There's nothing wrong with a mud bath. People pay big bucks for that.
You are getting that moisturizing.
Yeah. Daniel, what do you think about Pedro Porro?
Yeah, I said so too. For like, he's not right back. He cannot play right back because he cannot defend. And he's always been playing right wing back for his career for Sporting. So. And right wing back is more attacking than defensive. You know, he's always been. So he has to play right wing. And, you know, his quality is at attacking, is close to box assisting or finishing. His finishing is underrated. I mean, his finishing is insane. He's been scoring, 3 goals is probably like fucking third most goals in our team. Even now, fucking, that's terrible, but that's reality, you know. So
yeah, and half the time he scored more than Kulusevski and Richarlison put together, right?
Yeah. And he can only get better because he came into an absolute shit show. You know, he came in when Conte was, you know, almost out, and everything was just about to go tits up. So it can only get better, hopefully.
That's my
I
hope
can only-
too.
Defend.
I just don't.
learn to defend.
Anytime I've seen him being asked to defend, it's
He
not pleasant to watch.
It's
He doesn't have any defensive awareness. Every time, like you see, he loses man every time.
So I think, I mean, I'm not opposed to what Jordan was saying earlier in the chat. If we go to a back four, Emerson right back, Pedro at right wing, and Kula at the 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to keep Kulusevski.
If we're going to a number 10,
I gotta say,
James Maddison. That's the player we got to sign if we're going to a number 10.
I agree.
Him or a Ward
He's
Prowse.
going to Newcastle. I heard he's going to Newcastle, and that's that. And would you go to Newcastle or Spurs? Both of them offer you the same amount of money.
Hey,
Get some of that money. But
I gotta say though, sorry,
there are plenty of players in that number 10 role in Europe that we could go for.
I'm going for Xavi Simons. Now he plays in the left wing for PSV, but he bagged a brace to secure Champions League football for them. Xavi Simons would be cheap. He excelled at the PSG level. He's excelling for PSG and for PSV now. He's played along all front three positions. He can also play that creative 10. So I'm not against. That's who I would go. Honestly, you get him for the cheap, and then we can focus up on getting someone in the defense line. But that's a show for another day. I'm going to keep talking a little bit about the final game of the day. I am going to share my screen here, and I want y'all's help. Chat, chime in. You know the rules. We did this on the Milky Milk show, where we rank the players based on their milk levels needed. So this is very, you missed it.
Going back to, you were talking about the goals, right? Harry Kane, 32.
Oh.
Ning, 14. Bentancur, 6. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, 5. Pedro Porro, 3. Richarlison, 3.
But that's all competitions too, so that makes some of those numbers look a little bit better. Here's actually the video's done uploading, so we'll see if we get fucking struck down. But I'll fight it because Barry said on stream, this is his video.
This is my video. YouTube, if you're watching, this is my video, and I give permission to United Spurs of America and anyone else that wants to rip it off and play it. Yeah.
Yeah, just give Shelf-Side Spurs show some love. One Lucas Moura.
I'm so happy Lucas Moura's leaving. I'm so happy. I don't like the send off. The last 2 games he played, other than that game, he cost us the games of both of them. He's been stealing a living since the Champions League final. He was only good against lesser quality opposition. And when he did get to play one of those this year, Sheffield United, he bottled it.
I'm going to say this about Lucas Moura before we rate these players. Good evening, Adrian Troca. But I'm going to say this about Lucas Moura before we rate these players. Honestly, seeing him score a goal to go out like that, I felt happy for him as an individual, just because, yes, he brought us the most impactful moment that I've had as a Spurs fan, that a lot of other people right around my age, the highest moment we've had supporting this club, Lucas Moura delivered that. And so I would say to him, thank you. It is 2-3 years overdue, him playing his last match in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt. But to get a goal like that, I mean, yes,
it wasn't great though, was it?
Yes, number 6 lunged in there kind of really half-heartedly. Luke Ayling got caught with his feet stuck in the mud. Yes, but hey, someone's got to do it. And he did it. So
they're all in the mud, Jacob.
They were muddy feet. Yes, they were playing in cowboy boots. But the thing is, for Lucas Moura, I'm happy for him. He got to go out on top, not on for at least him and his family. Because I'm thinking about his wife and his kids, right? They're probably looking like, everyone hates you because what you did at Liverpool. Everyone hates you because that red card you got before that. So they're going to hate you now that you're leaving. You know what I'm saying? And yes, there's a little bit of the, you're not good enough. You haven't been good enough. You should, but that's not his fault that he hasn't been shipped around or shopped around.
It should have been shipped off years ago.
But that's not his fault. The same reason like Davinson Sanchez, when they're like, he rejected a loan move to Bournemouth or whatever. Like, of course he did. He doesn't want, like, why would you want to leave Tottenham if you're getting a hefty paycheck? You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame him for not leaving. He was never good enough at the top level. And whenever he got 100 million chances and he didn't capitalize on those. So, but him to sign off on that, no, scoring a goal in a kind of Lucas Moura fashion, weaving and bobbing and kind of looking like a kid at the playground, right? That's a good way for me to end my memories with Lucas Moura, because that's a good ending. He got the goal. We lifted him up. The bench celebrated. Everyone went crazy. It was a good time.
Sentimental FC.
Of course we are.
Exactly.
But he's not going to hit year 10. That's
Where's
my
the trophy. It's a sentimental FC. He's not done anything. He's not done anything.
Yeah.
If it was Harry Kane, who's carried this club for years, I'll be like.
But I'm saying if a guy's gonna leave,
that's a guy that deserves it.
But if a guy's gonna
he turned up in one game 4 years ago, he's lauded as a god.
Thank you.
No, listen. Yes, he has been making a living off that one night. But yes, listen to me, Ben.
One night, which we didn't win a trophy.
All I'm saying, I'm not talking about his talent. I'm not talking about his production. I'm just talking about Lucas Moura as a player who would put his whole body on the line for the badge, who loved the badge, who literally reminded me of if a fan who could play soccer, if they pulled him a fan out who loves Tottenham Hotspur and they let him play for the club. That's what it reminded me of. Was he good enough? No. Did he do enough? No. Was he productive enough? No. But all I'm saying is, to close the book on what is Lucas Moura's career at Tottenham Hotspur, I'm glad that he got a goal in a game that meant nothing for it.
Got a goal.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
They celebrated. It made me sick. It was sentimental FC. It was sentimental FC, and that's why I hate supporting Tottenham at the moment. Because it's always the admin on Twitter. If you've looked at the admin on Instagram the last 2 weeks, it's all about Spurs, what we did last year. It's all about looking at the past instead of looking at the future. If you want Spurs a la histoire, you go at 7:30 on a Thursday night, Shelfside Spurs show. Not the fucking Twitter admin. We should be saying his performances are not good enough. When we played at Sheffield United in freezing cold, when he should have blitzed them, he didn't turn up. Yeah. When he turned up against Everton in a very winnable game, he got sent off immediately. When we salvaged a point against Liverpool, he gives it to them on a silver platter and we lose. It's just sentimental FC.
But you could argue those mistakes that you just listed, Ben, you could argue that if he was playing more regularly, he might not have had that blunder of a mistake. Yeah, I'm just saying you could argue it, but I'm glad he's gone. It's time for him to move on. It's been time. I've come to a conclusion. This is my new rule. If you've been here for 4 years or more and your name's not Harry Kane or Heung-min Son, it's time for you to go. Højbjerg falls in that list. It's time for you to go. I wouldn't mind him as a squad player because I think he's better than Oliver Skipp. I think he's better than Oliver Skipp was atrocious today. But that's a perfect segue into ranking these bastards with me today. So y'all, if y'all are ready.
Can I just say something like really quick? Of course, at the WhatsApp group, I've gotten attacked by Lucas Moura. I told him to fuck off.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I still have Karens knocking on my door, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. So
this is the problem.
I mean, I'm not attacking anyone. Everyone has their own opinions and respect their own opinions. But what can I have my own opinion? Jesus, I'm gonna attack like, oh, how dare you? Come on. I'm just saying, if he left 2 seasons ago, fine. Then I would have more respect for him. You know, he's been here. Our biggest success with him. He scored hat-trick in the semi-final. It's not good enough. You know, it's not good enough. It's a semi-final, fine, but we didn't bottle it at the final.
I've got a question for you. all the people in the chat, would you, if you had the two moments, Jonathan Woodgate's header in the Carling Cup final or the Lucas Moura hat-trick, you get to keep one. Which one do you keep?
Woodgate, completely. I didn't support it at that time, but I still would choose it.
You mean Woodgate's shoulder? Yeah, I'd keep Woodgate's shoulder. Yeah.
Which one do you
What's the
keep?
shoulder?
A hat-trick
Well,
in the
you keep that.
semi-final of the Champions League, or do you keep Woodgate's goal against Chelsea that won us a trophy? It's night and day.
Yeah,
You keep the bloody trophy.
100%.
You keep the trophy because for all that skill it did to get that hat trick, it amounted to nothing.
No, Ben. I think actually on a bigger picture point of view, you don't keep the trophy because then it's going to be even longer since we last won a trophy. Bigger picture, right?
Bigger picture.
I tried to move us to the other side so Barry, your beautiful face wasn't covered by comments. Big up Ron.
Man.
Ron's in the house. Big up Ron.
Don't worry about my face, man.
Look at that. But see, you see the production value here on this channel. I did just on the fly edit the whole layouts to make it a little bit more viewer friendly. Scott M with his usual positive energy. Only way I'm fine with him is if he never came to Spurs. Big up Scott M.
I'd like to ask Scott M a question. Is there anything Scott M is positive about? Just
Disney
in life.
World.
Just
Disney
in life.
World.
Not Tottenham, just in life.
Disney World. Scott.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jay.
but it's not.
I just want Scott M to be happy, right? Look, the season's done.
That's what football is about. Winning a trophy.
But no one's won a trophy here.
No, but it's back to that conversation. Do you rather have the trophy, which Woodgate won, or do you have a semi-final hat trick?
What that makes Wande Ramos the best manager that we've had in the last 20-something years.
Scott's answer is I'm positive Barry is a world-class cricketer.
Scott M is a lover of Disney World.
I will continue to post long chats to keep Barry off the stream chat. You're welcome.
It's us, Scott.
Okay, we can't do Mr. Bentancur because he didn't play. So we'll skip the ones who aren't participating because obviously this is a tier list that I made for the Milk Show. So it was our whole roster. So we'll start with Bissouma. I think good. I think he was good today.
Yeah, he was good today. It was.
Does anyone have any?
I think he was all right. I don't think he was great. I think he was all right.
So you're saying he's all right, but not great. Anyone in the chat? Bissouma, Bissouma, runner up right now in the man of the match race, Mr. Bissouma, the man whose shirt I bought during preseason with the Champions League patch and everything because I was so excited for the season and what he was going to bring. This is for today only. When Michael's here, we're going to do a season ranking show where we rank there's.
Jacob, while you're talking about shirts, to Arsenal, I like how you've suddenly changed your tune around the gold in your shirts. It's for the Invincibles to remember the side of the No. We've got bigger fish to fry. We've got all in our hands.
All in our hands. Fucking useless.
That's why their kits. That's why their away kit's green, bottle job green.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that what their away kit is? Green?
It's for green
It's
Gatorade.
blue and green. Yeah.
We like Gatorade.
How fucking sad is that? They made a kit basically middle of the season and like we're gonna win the league, and then oh no, you're not.
It's typical Arsenal. It's typical Arsenal.
I love it. I think it's great. Plus, honestly, Adidas does a better job. But I guess their excuse right now is, oh well, Olympic Lyon has gold in their Adidas kit. So
no. The excuse is, Jacob, is that it was to push back into history and the Invincibles and everything like that. So they're trying to.
Invincibles didn't have gold in their kit though, right?
They might have done the away one. No, I don't know. Arsenal kits.
Who cares?
Who cares? But yeah, I just found it amusing that they've gone from clearly it was going to be a championship shirt that they were going to have with champions on it and everything else, and they've found an angle to make out like it's to a link to the Invincible.
There's even more evidence. There's even more evidence that they fucking bottle it. You know how more evidence do they want? Jeez.
City didn't even play Haaland the last few games, or Grealish or Gundogan. They didn't give a shit. They still win by 5 points. It's brilliant.
That's insane to me. And they had a game in hand and 8 points.
It's mad.
That's absolutely mad to
But
me.
anyway,
So
let's get on to milking. I want to talk about milking.
He needs some milk.
who needs some milk?
Fuck.
Ben
Kulusevski,
Davis
I think.
needs some fucking milk.
Let's see. Carl Simpson says, all right. So he's saying yellow. Scott M says today was fine, which sounds like yellow. Did nothing bad or good. I would put him in orange.
It probably means he was actually pretty good because Scott likes that.
Yeah, if Scott didn't shit all over him, then he must have done okay.
That's probably good for Scott M. Yeah.
Wayne Bonner says Bissouma was good, put in some competency in the midfield and composure. I thought he was good. I thought defensively, offensively, he was good.
He's got
linking up.
He's got a lot of time when he's on the ball. He's always shown for the ball. He's always moving. He's fluid. I think he's going to be one of our more important players next year, Bissouma.
So what are we saying? All right, but not great. That's what we're
I'm
landing.
saying he was good. I'm saying he was good.
I was saying good as well. I mean,
that's 3 goods on the panel. One. All right, this is what I do for the. I'm going to end the poll right now. The man of the match, Kane, is the winner. Pretty obvious with 73%. Bissouma with the second up. So those of you in the chat, I'm going to need y'all's help. So I'm going to put a poll up, Bissouma, and while we talk about the next one, y'all rate. So green, yellow, or for Scott, orange. If you think Bissouma was orange.
Go ahead.
If there's one vote for orange, I know whose it is. I'm trying to be kind. Now, honestly, I thought Bissouma did nothing. Bissouma in the good category is insane, says Scott. So let's see what the poll says.
Agreed, Scott. Agreed.
Right now, yellow's running away with it. Do you realize they never got as many points as when we were second to Chelsea? Biggest bottlers ever. Ain't that true?
Yeah.
That's even wow.
Yeah, but they want to. I like that the world is now coming privy to the point that we're not the only bottlers around here. It's not. We're Spursy, but we're not bottlers.
We were never even top. For fuck's sake. Jeez.
Yeah. Come on now. All right. So while the poll votes for Bissouma, we'll move it along. Danjuma didn't even play. Ben Davies. Where are we saying for Ben Davies?
Total cheeks.
Yeah.
Because he's shit.
Total cheeks.
Yeah, but today was milk time, you know. That's today.
I kind of felt like it was milk time. I felt like milk time.
No, total cheeks.
Yeah, but he's shit. But
I don't care how good he was today. He's shit.
But it's about today, Ben. It's about today.
I think Ben
I don't
Davies
care
needs
how
some
good he
milk,
was
man.
today.
He needs
He's
some
shit.
milk. He needs some guys. You're using the whole season just on today's performance.
Yeah,
he was okay.
I thought he was mad. He needs some milk. Yeah,
he needs some milk.
I'm thinking some milk too. That's exactly what I was thinking, Barry.
Yeah.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. Let's see what the chat's saying. Elias says he was good.
No,
says Davies was good.
No, he was not.
Scott says he's so bad today. The only reason he stays out of bottom category is he didn't have to do anything.
Correct.
Oh my god, I thought I was fucking miserable. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, he wasn't really good today. He did do one good thing that I remember, so that's why I'm not told. I think it is at least milk time, but I wouldn't be mad if it's he's so bad today because. God, I didn't realize the first two were gonna fucking tear everyone and right down the middle. Milk that Davies. He's had a long season. He has had a long season. So with Leeds defense high up, we could have had a better counterattack today. That's true.
And that's what we played today. I couldn't believe we went to Leeds and played counterattack.
Davies not good.
Awful.
Right, Mason.
Elias says he should be in yellow at least. I don't see the yellow. But the rules of this ranking,
the eyes were telling me today. I saw it with my eyes. I didn't see it with the stats. I saw it with the eyes.
There you go. I think that was a fun little debate. I was on a Liverpool channel earlier today, and they were having the whole debate of stats versus eyes, and they were saying, so you trust some other man's eyes over your eyes? And I was like, it's not about trusting some man's eyes. I believe my eyes tell me half the story, and the stats will tell me the other half. Like I watch and I see it, and I'm like, I think that he did all right. And then if I look back at the stats and it's like completely the opposite, then I question, what am I basing why I thought he was all right? and it's also hard for me to keep up with how many passes people complete and etc.
I know,
So I think the
Jacob,
stats
this will
are
be an interesting one, right? I don't know what the stats said about Son's performance today, but he was bad today.
Who?
Bad.
Son.
Yeah.
The stats say he was not great. The stats say he was not our worst player. Dan Kulusevski was statistically our worst player.
Yeah.
Heung-min Son was our third worst player, according to the stats.
Oh, so the stats back up my eyes.
The stats even say that Matthew Craig was equivalent. The stats say statistically Matthew Craig was equivalent to that of Heung-min Son.
Who's Matthew Craig? Daniel Craig's the poor man's James Bond.
No, he's the next James Bond. Let's have it right.
Okay.
It's the
He's a
sequel with his
12-year-old.
kid. One of his love children has come, and he's going to be like the main villain or something. Again, the rules of this, if like Alan Sibley did when we did the ranking, if you super chat, you can move a guy up or move a guy down with the minimum super chat. Alan Sibley super chatted and pulled his Soggy Undies card and said, "Put Eric Dyer in green," and he did it to mess with me, and it really rattled me for most
Eric
of the
Dyer
show.
was green today, and I'll tell you why. Because he didn't fuck up anyone else's performances. Therefore, he's in green. That's how good he was.
Yeah, Eric Dyer was good today. Yeah, he didn't fuck
He
up
didn't
our
play,
result.
therefore he was good.
So let's see. He should be in yellow. Davies played okay. Eye testimony not enough as proof in court. That's why you need both. I would much rather
He's in the
trust.
proof of Barry's court. When Barry was there and Barry saw with his eyes, Barry's decision is final. End of matter. Case closed.
Barry has spoken. Judge Barry. Cool is
Today,
awful, so that
Judge
makes
Barry.
sense.
Tottenham versus
All right.
Leeds.
So Davies, where are we landing? Milk time or he's so bad? I think this is a good bargain because Ben said total cheeks. I'm saying milk time. Everyone else saying he's so bad. I think he's so bad is a good place for Ben Davies. Eric Dyer, I'm just gonna put him there for fun's sake.
Correct.
Because you want to know why, actually, anyone who doesn't know on this channel, this is why, even though he doesn't play, this is why he still gets total cheeks.
And you guys never win anything, right?
I'm not going to let it loop again because there's this dumbass laughing again. I'll beat that motherfucker. And there we go. Ad suitability has now been limited. That's always fun when that happens. Next player up, Barry. Let's start with you. Emerson Royale, where are we landing him?
He needs some milk, man. He needs some milk.
Milk time? Okay.
Yeah, milk time. He wasn't bad. He wasn't okay. I mean, look, they didn't concede down that side. He linked up well with Porro. But yeah, he needs some milk, man. He needs some milk, and he needs the shepherd's pie back. He needs the shepherd's pie back to give him some power.
I agree with that. I think milk time is appropriate. We're all in agreement here. It's milk time for Emerson, based on today.
Yeah, sure.
All right, and the poll I will close. Looks like Bissouma will stay in yellow.
Okay.
So
This
I
is
guess
why democracy does not work.
This is why. sorry. Barry said Bissouma in yellow. Barry said Davis in so bad. Barry said Emerson in milk time. So Barry is 3 from 3. Just listen to Barry. This is what we're saying, man.
so far, I feel sorry for 10-inch Alan Sibley. I wish I had 12-inch instead of this enormous thing. Sanchez, total cheeks. We're not on Sanchez yet. Milk for Emerson. Milk for Emerson for sure.
Oh my god.
Emerson always should always be total cheeks. I don't think he was total cheeks. I think milk time, maybe he's so bad, but I think milk time's appropriate. He didn't piss me off like he usually does. I'll put it that way. Fraser Forrester. I'm gonna say it's milk time.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he was so bad. I don't think he didn't really have a lot to do.
What? Yeah, but actually, I'm gonna go bad because every time he looked like he was out of position all the time. To be honest. So
Okay, so you're saying he's so bad.
Yeah.
Barry,
Even
what
though I
say
didn't
you?
have much to.
No,
There wasn't enough of a test sample.
The goal was a goal, and that was it. So I don't think he was bad. He made a couple of good saves, so he needs some milk.
Yeah, orange.
We're saying orange.
Fine.
He had one
You
save
win.
today. He had one save.
The Leeds only had 2 shots on target the entire game, which we conceded from one of them. So
What was good? I think what the difference is in seeing Forster in goal and versus Lloris in goal
can
is that there's the
distribute.
confidence that you're not going to get a massive fuck up, right? That's the confidence. So you just need some more milk to get some more confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're y'all are saying milk. I feel all right. I'll concede milk time for Forster because I do agree
Yeah.
he didn't have too much to do. Him saying he was so bad today, he didn't. It's like I'm gonna relate it to baseball and just a sense of like it's like if you didn't get a chance to bat at the plate and they're saying you had a bad day batting. It's like I didn't even really get a chance, but that one. So I will say he needs some milk for sure. Next player up, not Brian Hill. All right, I'm going to use this guy, Harvey White. I'm going to use him as our de facto Matthew Craig. All right, so this is Matthew Craig.
Who's Matthew Craig?
Okay.
Number 51. He came on for
Oh,
Kulusevski.
he's a carry. I didn't care.
The 12-year-old looking kid.
Mate,
Yeah,
he
he
looks-
literally
he looks
looked like
like
Skip's
fucking
little
11 years
brother
old.
came out
Yeah.
there.
All right.
Total cheeks, man. He needs
Total.
He needs milk. He definitely needs milk. Like that's definitely.
Lots
he
of
needs like
milk.
he needs like a
He
gallon
needs
of
lots
milk.
of milk.
Yeah.
He does look like he needs some milk. So we're going to put him in the milk, not even
Yeah.
based on performance. I don't think we got enough of that scent. But you know
This is
what?
the
And not just
personal.
milk though. He needs Jersey milk. He needs the milk with the thick cream.
Yeah, I think him and I can't even remember the other guys. Number 77. Fuck me, we were scraping the barrel today. Number 77. He needed some milk as well.
Number
He-
7, Abbott, which
Abbott,
I don't
yeah.
like his last name
because
because it reminds me of Texas governor Greg Abbott, that wheelchair
Oh,
bastard.
well, that's your issue, Jacob, not ours.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah, I know it's nothing against the kid, nothing against the kid. Everyone says Craig needs milk, so we're all good with the milk. We're all good with milk here. In defense of Forrester, the ball went through the defender's legs, though it was savable. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, everyone bad should have got down to the goal. That's kind of his problem, right? Sorry, Matthew Craig, but next up is Harold King Kane. King Kane from the lane.
Great. I mean,
Good.
not even good.
Good,
Like
good,
great.
good.
More higher. Like higher. Which higher?
Should I create another level? It
Yeah,
doesn't go any higher. This is as high as up.
Remove
No,
good
leave it
and
as it
write
is. He's
Harry
good.
Kane.
Good.
Yeah, just remove good and write Harry Kane. Just because
Jeez.
yeah.
Kane level, yeah. King Kane.
Yeah, I
King
like
Kane.
that.
King Kane.
He needs
King
more
Kane
than
membership.
milk. That man needs a promotion. He needs a pay rise. He needs
everything.
steak dinner with plenty of onion rings.
He needs-
This one will be fun. I feel like the Kane is easy one. Like we all knew he was gonna his own
Yeah.
echelon. It's typically what happens with King Kane. Dan Kulusevski. I'm saying he's so bad.
Yeah.
Cheeks.
Yeah, he was.
Terrible.
He looked like he was stiff. Like he looked like I can't run. Like Jesus.
No.
Christ.
He was worse than Davis, man. Cheeks, man. He put him in the Dyer category.
Yeah.
Change that bottom one to
Yeah.
Dyer.
He
We
was
got Kane
bad.
at the top. We got Dyer at the bottom. Kulusevski, I'm surprised he stayed on the pitch that long. He did
Yeah, I
nothing.
can't believe it.
He won.
I
one
asked
foul,
in the
that was
poll.
it.
I feel like we're gonna be torn between he was so bad today and he was total cheeks. So let's see, because I feel like
Okay,
he did have
I'm
one good
5 from
turn with the
5.
ball.
Jacob, just remind you, I'm 5 from 5. Fuck the poll. He's total cheeks. Let's move on.
well, all right, we'll keep him in total cheeks for now because you are
Yeah.
5 for 5. I will respect game when game is
I will
respectable.
agree with that.
Let's see. I'll catch up in the chat real quick. Everyone's saying Kane's another level. Yeah, God mode, his own tier.
Yeah.
I maybe should do like a gold tier or something, like a platinum tier for Kane. Kane was only one of 2 players that played well today. Total cheeks for Kulu. Kane had a good game. Decky's cheeks don't look like he wanted to be there. Was Kulu playing today? Can't say I noticed. Elias says red. Scott says Kulu worst player. Either team in Leeds was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Usually I would say that's harsh, Scott, but I can't disagree with you. So we'll put him in total cheeks. We'll see how the poll shakes out. See some red. There's some cheeks. There's some red. There's some cheeks. So let's see. We'll keep it moving and we'll reassess later. Clementine Longley. I'm saying he's so bad today.
Yeah, he's
Really?
bad today.
Wow.
I'm saying he was so bad.
I thought it was
Yeah, he
alright.
was so
I thought
bad.
it was alright.
So you're saying milk time for Clementine or all
I'm
right?
saying alright. Alright.
No,
I'm
it's
saying
Clement,
alright.
Clement Longap. Clement
Like,
Longap.
I realize
In the
he's
red, man. In
he's
the
not
red.
good enough, but I
He's in
think
the
it was
red with
good.
Davis, man. all the other.
Wow.
Yeah, who's in the red with
All
David?
the defenders in that, apart from maybe Emerson in that red box.
Again, I thought that was.
All right, this is gonna tear us apart. I gotta do a poll. So I ended the. We're gonna go.
just
Kulu
want
was.
to do polls, Jacob.
I do. I like polls. It's a nice way to engage with the audience. You know, keep you on your toes.
Jacob, what are we on now? 7
6
from
for
7.
6.
Come on, mate. Just fucking leave Longley where he is.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just gonna agree with Barry from now on.
Self-side poll show. Barry picks all of the things.
Exactly, man. Come on. Who's
All right,
next?
I did the choices I
Fuck the
did
poll.
for the poll was orange, red, and cheeks. I didn't put all right because I'm sorry, Daniel. I just don't think anyone would vote for that. But maybe I'll be wrong. Let's see if we get
I thought
a lot of orange.
Daniel would vote for it. Daniel would vote for it. So you,
Daniel
you,
would
know,
vote
you
for
can't
us.
you can't
that
you
was
know.
right.
Longley so bad.
Yes,
Jacob,
Scott, I gave.
he was better than Royale. What
Hey,
makes you
Elias, read the fucking room, mate. No one cares about the stats. This is not Will Stewart's show, mate. All right, cool.
Shout out Will Stewart. What
Big up,
makes
Will. Will is the only one that can do the stats. So
Yeah.
that's why I said that. I wasn't putting shade on him before anyone tries and clips it and makes out that Barry's putting
I
shade on
don't know
people.
who
Will
is.
Stewart is the man with the stats, and he's the only one that can come at anyone with stats.
What? Because he actually reads them.
It's all about how you interpret the stats too, in my
Yeah, he's
opinion.
great at them. He's
Yeah,
great at them. But Longley is shit.
Longley, yeah, I'm gonna
some
say
people-
red. Barry, what'd you say? Just so we see if we're right. Don't give
He's
Barry
red,
this.
man. He was bad today, so bad.
He was awful. Like he was
Really?
utterly awful.
He says piss off.
Well, when someone's favourite player is Eric Dyer, that person has zero
Credibility.
kind of power in his
It
opinion.
doesn't exist
Let's
to me
put it that way.
anymore. Jesus.
Yeah, well, I think a good stat to take into account. It was bloody Leeds, which I do have a little soft spot for personally. Just because of Hugo Lloris. You're lucky. About to
Total
flame
cheeks.
his cheeks. I'm putting him up there. He's a quitter. Anyone who's I don't want to include these.
He's a loser.
He's a loser. Lucas Moura got the goal. Juke move. Who you? Excuse me.
I can't say anything. So.
5
I
different
will
people
put
couldn't
him-
stop him.
I will give him some milk just to be nice to him, but he's shit.
I'm gonna say all right, but not great.
No.
Jacob, please put him back down a level. Stop this
Put him in
nonsense.
He
milk.
plays 5 minutes.
Fucking hell.
So we're going
Stop
milk
this
time for Lucas because of the goal. That's the only thing keeping him up
The
above
only thing,
water.
The rest of it was terrible.
Longley, everyone said orange for Longley in the poll.
Well, they're wrong.
They're wrong.
Unfortunately.
No, but if democracy, come on, get him up.
It is democracy. And I'm American.
Fuck the poll. No, fuck the poll. I'm in charge today.
Stop the count. He goes
We're gonna move
again.
him up to orange because that's what the poll said. Barry, you know the rules. You can super chat him down if you really feel so strongly.
He still needs to fuck off, but I'm happy.
He
You know what,
does.
Jacob? I might actually fucking do that if I'm honest.
I can't
Just
see.
try and get
I
11
can
out
do
of
a
11. Yeah?
members super chat.
So we're saying with Lucas Moura milk time. I'm curious where the chat's at. Carl says milk time for Lucas. Lucas won. Is it milk time or not? Elias got the goal and all
Look at
stats
that
are in his
shit.
favor.
Jacob, you have a members super chat that you need to read.
Why isn't it showing up on?
StreamYard are weird about that. I think.
Yeah, it doesn't show up.
It doesn't show up on
No, it doesn't
StreamYard.
show up on StreamYard. You've got a members super chat.
Member super chat. All right, here we go. It says Longley in cheeks.
Yep. You've got to listen, you've got to listen to the super chats, Jacob.
From
There
one
he
thing
goes.
to
There
another.
we go.
There he goes. Down, down,
Democracy wins.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not gonna.
down. Jacob, the oops, excuse me, out of the way juke moves is what I'm going to use from now on to describe a solo goal. Hey, it was a little bit of like, and I'm trying to big him up because we'll never see him in a Spurs shirt again, and it's a good thing. But at the same time, he got a goal. He had a nice, Barry, were you singing? There's only one Lucas Moura.
Was I singing that? No.
You didn't sing to Lucas when he came over?
No, I was too busy recording.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
big
you
up
don't want
Lucas.
That's good move on Barry because no one. those videos where everyone's recording the charts, you can just hear the bloke singing. It's always awkward.
Professional, mate. I'm a professional. I
on you,
know what I'm
Barry.
doing. Yeah?
Good on you, Barry.
Big up, Tala.
Yeah, Tala.
Big up, Tala. Big up. Thanks for joining the show. Let's see. Let's keep it moving. Lucas Moura's milk time is what it sounds like because of the goal. And Dombele.
No,
I'm
salsa.
just kidding.
Do the salsa.
Cheeks in for double.
We did all this in the milk show. You got to go back and watch the Milky Milk show because we ranked all the loan players. That's why they're here in the first place. Hojbjerg didn't play. Perisic didn't play. Pedro Porro. What are we saying here?
Good.
I think. Yeah.
Good. Okay, I can get down with that.
Oh, we got a super chat from Scott M. Royale down to total cheeks. Royale's moving on down to total cheeks.
No. Oh
No. We've passed it. Sorry, Scott. Sorry. I think you'll find there's another super chat as well.
Oh, here we go. Long lane red. Money over member chat. All right. Long lay over red. Here we go. Long lay's in the red.
How democracy fails.
Because money gets involved. As soon as money gets involved.
We are lobbying the United Spurs.
A monetary super chat is better than a members chat. And also, Scott M., although your Canadian dollars are welcome on Jacob's channel, there is more British people here. And as Barry was at the game, Barry gets to choose where Emerson goes, and he goes into orange. Sorry, mate.
This is total lobbying.
This is what America was built on. Who pays me the money to say what's what and what is fact and what is not? Wow. Jacob found the secret to funding the channel.
Yeah.
Big up, Barry. Thank you for the super chat. Big up, Scott, as well. Gonna make sure I star those. Give you a thank you as well at the end for showing some love here to the channel. Big up. So, where did we leave off? We were with Porro, so we're putting him with King Kane. Do I got to create another tier here?
No, you don't. What are you doing? Just call it something else, man. Just call it. They were both as good as each other. If you look at FPL, they scored the same amount. Kane got slightly more points on FPL. So
here we'll go. What color should we go? Light green.
Blue.
Yeah, there we go.
Go whatever color you want.
There, because he wasn't. I mean, we can't put him in King Kane's level. Let's just be honest.
No.
But I'll say good. He was good.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Everyone feel good about that?
Listen to what I said. I was talking about on the panel. I said me and Ben, not people in the chat. How would I know where people from the chat were? That'd be a bit creepy if I'm being honest.
A little IP locator.
You can just get one of those cotton buds.
One Danish Dynamite and
fine,
one
man.
Texas Soldier.
Oh, my God.
So Tala, just fair play. We are doing it based on today's performance only. There will be a later on show that I do with Michael, the other host here on United Spurs of America. We'll do one, and we'll probably get some guests on. It'd be lovely to have y'all back. And we'll rank players based on their season. We did something similar a few weeks ago, ranking them based on milk. But so that one is more of a outlook on them and their tenure here and like their thing. Yeah, it's all good, bro. I saw you join late. Just thought so that way you can chime in with us, help us determine where these players go just based on what they did today. Porro, good. Yeah, we created a new thing for Porro. It is too early to say if he's on Kane level. We need to see some consistencies. No worries, Todd. Thank you for being here. So Pedro Porro is good. Let's see. Richarlison up next. Richarlison. What are we talking about? He's so bad? He was so bad. I thought he was so bad.
Today.
Missed an easy chance as well.
What is that, Ron? What do you need? This is Spurs season in a nutshell. And this is why the milk is relevant on this channel.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk.
That meme just gets better every
I
time.
love it. It's my favorite soundbite of all time. I miss Vine. Vine was the original TikTok, and now all the kids took over. So,
TikTok has nothing on Vine. Those old Vines were like, if anyone remembers Simply Spurs on Vine, he was.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes.
So
Simply
I'm seeing a
Spurs
lot of total
was the
cheeks.
man.
Total cheeks for Richarlison in the
We need to
chat.
sell him.
Yeah.
We need to sell him.
Are we saying total cheeks for today?
Total
Barry,
cheeks,
where are you?
put him in total cheeks. Fuck him.
We're going total cheeks.
Stupid, and his stupid pigeon dance.
I really want us to sell him. I really don't like him. I gotta say.
I'm telling you what, I was so hyped though at the World Cup when he hit that bicycle kick. I was so
It's another
excited
South
because I was like,
American
maybe he
player
could do
before.
an ounce of this with us.
What? Yeah, but Jacob, he has Vinny Jr. and Neymar either side of him.
Oh my God, that
Brazil.
assist from
He
Vinny
doesn't
Jr. was
have-
outside of the boot.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so nice.
He doesn't have fucking what he has at Spurs, does he?
It's
not a lot.
usual. It's South American players that we buy that turn up for their team,
Yeah.
their national teams, but as soon as they come back,
Oh yeah. And while we're on that, Jacob, get Romero's picture and put him in fucking total cheeks because that guy's a fucking disgrace. He's a fucking disgrace.
Whoa.
He's injured, but he's going to go and play
Yeah,
for
I'm tired of
Argentina
that shit
for the
as well.
second time
Yeah.
within this year.
We don't know that he's
Romero,
gonna.
you're
The
dead.
first time he
It's
didn't
bizarre.
actually play,
It's
he
bizarre.
played after a couple matches that had already gone through.
Dead. He's dead. Dead to me.
Yeah,
dead to
I'm
you.
struggling.
Without his
Wow,
rash tackling,
wow,
he's dead to
wow.
me.
He's actually the net.
Romero
He's
in that
actually.
total cheeks category. I don't care now. That guy's a bum.
I'm not gonna put him in total cheeks.
Yeah,
he
you
didn't.
are, because don't make me fucking super chat, all right? So I will.
That's the greatest
He wasn't
threat.
even there. He's already in Argentina, probably.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Look,
he's probably-
go to Total Cheeks. Who have you put in Total Cheeks? Hugo Lloris. So fucking Romero can get in there. So don't make up rules and then try
But
and
they've been
change
here
it.
for
Change it
10
to your
years.
narrative, Jacob.
They've been cheeks for 10 years, man.
Yeah.
Romero
Barry
is
is
dead to
putting
me.
his stamp on things.
Romero is dead. He can go and I don't want to play for Tottenham, but I'll go and play for Argentina. Fuck off, mate. Back to wherever you want to go.
I'm tired as well.
Fuck
of
off.
it. I agree.
Romero, okay,
It's,
so yeah.
it's total unprofessionalism. For
Yeah,
Romero. It's total unprofessionalism.
And of course the club allows it as well. Of course, I mean, how the
Because
fuck?
we
Come on.
let our players run the shot.
Yeah,
We let our players
Ah.
run the club.
No, get him in that Total Cheeks. God level.
Honestly, I don't think he's total cheeks. I have this argument all the time with a slew of
Exactly,
individuals.
Jordan. Exactly. I'd
I'd rather
Toby,
have a
I'd have Toby
one-legged-
now than Romero.
yeah. Prime Alderweireld was twice the player. Let's be honest. Come on.
How much does Super Chat this diluted Barry off the panel? How high does Super Chats go?
Elias. Stop apologizing for him. Stop making excuses for him. This is bullshit.
Well,
This
if
is
you want to
Romero doing his
listen,
normal thing. Lo Celso
Sorry.
done the same. Romero's doing it now. Richie does it. They all do it. All these South American players. They're in the mud.
also like those guys in the comments, come on the show and fucking say why.
The only one that
like,
doesn't
come
do
on,
it,
come on
Barry.
the show.
The only one that
Instead of
doesn't
fucking
do it
typing.
is Emerson Royale. He's the only one that turns up for Tottenham. He turns up.
Yeah, he
he's
doesn't
not
turn
a
up for
great
Brazil.
player.
He turns up for Tottenham.
He turns up for Tottenham.
This took a turn, y'all, here at the Romero juncture because I just don't.
This is unprofessional, Jacob.
Of course, I mean,
But this is all speculation, is it not?
It's happened.
It's happened so time and time again now, you know. So
But with other players, Lamelo, Gio, we're talking about a new individual. The first time that he was not, that he was injured for us before the World Cup, and then he went with them, and we were all pissed off about it. I was too. But he didn't even play that first game after that break, and he came on as a sub in the second game. So he wasn't just he wasn't like, oh, I'm super fit for Argentina, but not for Spurs. Daniel's making me put on a shirt. I think Scott's coming. I think you got him, Daniel. You've awoken the bear,
Yeah,
the
thank you.
Canadian
That's
bear.
right. That's why I'm
Elias,
here.
Again, you're wrong. Again, he does get picked.
Winners or grinners? Big up, Paul.
up,
Don't know what
Paulie.
that means, but big up yourself, my friend. Looking closer and closer like your friend
it's
Big
that chat
Ainge.
we've been having. I had it today with Perchy on Perchy's show. Big up the Perch. Romero has all the attributes of being a class player. He has all the attributes, but he just does not have the mentality. Basically, what I allude to is Romero needs someone next to him that can beat him up.
Anyway,
That's
and also
what-
Scott M, you don't need to put a shirt on. if you're good enough, you can come on without a shirt, mate.
Yeah.
Shirts are optional here on United Spurs of
I
America.
could take my shirt off for you as well. Come on.
We could do it. We could do
We
it.
could all do
Yeah.
it.
I wouldn't, just
Come
in
on,
case. We don't want to lose that demonetization. We don't want to lose that
Do
monetization.
nipples demonetize you? I don't know if man nipples do.
Yeah, they do.
Only
nipples
hard
do?
nipples. Isn't it?
All right, no nipples then. No
Davinson Sanchez. What are we saying, y'all?
Oh my god.
Total cheeks.
I want to know who scouted him, first of all. I want to know who the fuck scouted this fucking
Steve Hitchen wrote off
Donkey.
signing him for record fee at the time from Ajax.
I've never seen anyone as bad as him. I
Let's
swear.
remember
He's worse
today. He was kind of cheeks today, wasn't he?
He was
He's
cheeks
worse than
today, yeah.
cheeks.
Yeah, he's
We're saying cheeks.
Yeah,
What are we
worse. If
He's
you
so
say any
bad.
worse now.
He's
Oh
so
my
bad.
God.
He couldn't
I
even
thought
head
this
the
was gonna
ball,
be a
man. He
chilled
couldn't
end
head
of
the ball,
season.
He couldn't pass the ball.
Which
He's
is
got
really
stupid
funny
hairdo
you
with-
say that, Barry, because I think Davinson Sanchez is a better header of the ball than Romero is.
Well, it's not hard. Romero can't
It's
head
not
the fucking
hard,
ball
but
either.
he's a
so,
better
you know.
header of the ball than Romero, because at least he tries to put his head on the ball.
That's why Sanchez
Still
probably loses
shit.
brain cells.
And I like Romero, but I'm still going to slaughter him.
Yeah.
Romero's goated, and I will stand by that.
You're in the mud, Jacob.
I'm not in the
Yeah,
mud.
I mean,
Listen. When someone, this whole thing about Christian Romero and this, that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're lucky I got distracted before I went on my fucking rant because I saw a beautiful Canadian face. Similar, reminds me of a maple leaf covered in syrup. I'm going to bring him on. Scott M is in the house.
Oh, no. Here's the fight.
Well, I can never turn down an opportunity to banter Barry in person, so I had to come on to give you guys some real dose of reality, the real rankings. I hear Barry saying he knows about what every ranking is. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Dr. Doom's in the building.
Dr. Doom.
Well, Scott, thank you for being here. Your presence is always much appreciated. We're on Sanchez. Wait, I was going to go on a rant. Hang on. What'd you say? I'm in the mud, Barry?
Yeah, you're in the mud, Jacob. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care whose show this is. I don't care if you invited me on.
Okay.
I'm ready for you, mate. You get in that mud, mate. Have that mud.
He's drinking.
I'm drinking water, so I don't have to clear my throat.
Hydration station.
Let me go ahead and say this. First of all, Christian Romero, you can't tell me that he cannot defend, that he's not a good defender when he won the best defender of the Italian league. You can't tell me he's not adequate. He's not good enough for Spurs when he just won a World Cup playing a pivotal role in the Argentina side. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying he's Lionel Messi. And I am conflating arguments of that I've heard, all the knocks that people be saying about Christian Romero. Again, when it comes to Christian Romero, people getting upset that he slides in, that he's rash and his decision making is poor. Let me just tell you this. When you play alongside Eric Dyer, you play alongside, Emerson Royale when he's on the ice skates, Pedro Porro when he can't defend. You look into your left, and then in front of you is Oliver Skip or Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I'm thinking it is crisis time. When you look at a defender and what they should or shouldn't do, etc., right? Going to ground is like a last-ditch effort. It is the last option you should take. But when your defense plays like it's constantly crisis mode, right? The fucking the bells are going, the fucking sirens are coming off. And then you expect, just anyone next to you to do their job, or the person in front of you, or even the person behind you, because you don't trust if Hugo Lloris has the ball at his feet. Christian Romero is not as bad as everyone is making him out to be. Did he have a bad year? Yes. Did Spurs have a bad year? Yes. Everyone had a bad year outside of Harry Kane when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur. So
what a lot of people are saying, Jacob, is to paraphrase the words of Paolo Maldini, the moment you go to floor,
yeah, I know he does,
made a
Lisa.
mistake. And he seems to go to ground for no reason. Like, Although
But it's not no reason, Ben. There's a reason he's going to ground.
I adored his tackle on Haaland. It was idiotic because he got us sent off, and then we played Leicester the next week without our best defender, and we got battered 4-1.
Hey, that just means they suck. That's not on Romero that y'all can't defend 1 week that he's out.
No,
this man took Erling Haaland, the fucking robot, the record breaker, the young player of the year, the player of the year, all the awards going to the fucking Norwegian man. But guess what he did versus Spurs at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Not shit. Because what? In the 17th minute, Romero took his fucking ankles and said, no, sir, not today. And guess what he did? Every single time Haaland was looking around the box, where's Romero? Where's Romero? If you have someone thinking, where's Romero? Hang on, Ben. If you have someone thinking, where is Romero, rather than what am I going to do with this ball? Where's my run in behind? You're already winning. And I would argue he did the same thing versus AC Milan. He took Rafael Leao and within 20 minutes went out there, the hard tackle, took his ass out the game. What did he do in that game at the San Siro? Not shit.
No, but then Romero was our goal because Romero was so far out of position. We conceded the goal. But
listen,
I loved that 50-yard tackle on Haaland, but it was fucking stupid. It was idiotic. There was no need to run 60 yards up the pitch to 2 foot.
Who has his back? Who has Romero's back? Who's got his back when he does anything?
Your boy Richarlison, who's in total cheeks. So they go together as a pair. Pair of fucking dumb
lunatics.
But again, I'm serious. Who has his back? When Christian Romero signed with Tottenham Hotspur, who did he sign for? Fucking Nuno to play Conference League with us.
We cannot.
He's already a loser, then, isn't he? He's already a loser if he signed for Nuno. So you just keep bringing up facts.
Didn't Emerson Royale sign for Nuno?
I think the problem with Romero is
did Emerson Royale sign for Nuno?
End, right? Like we said, elite world class. He's not there, but he's also not nearly as bad as people are now coming out and saying.
He's not.
Both ways.
He's got all the attributes to be a brilliant player. Do you know what? I've been saying this on streams. Romero should be a midfielder and not a defender. He should be a midfielder.
I missed Sava's show today, so if anyone who saw his show, if you could tell me what his arguments were versus me. I had to quit arguing with him because he starts being a certain way, and I don't.
It was just all the same stuff that he always says. Nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've heard it all before, but that doesn't mean that he's a bad defender. Again, when you win an award, so you're saying everyone in the Serie A is a bad defender? That's what you're saying when you say? Okay, because when you award a guy for being you award Haaland for being the best player in the Premier League, and then if let's say he goes to another league and has a bad year, you say, oh, he's shit now. It doesn't mean he's shit all of a sudden just because he has a bad year.
We're not saying he's a bad defender. What we're saying is what he does is idiotic. It's idiotic charging 50 yards up the pitch to kick someone. Yeah.
No, I love that. I love that. It took Haaland out of the game. It took their biggest threat in the middle out of the game.
Against AC Milan, got sent off and he cost us in the Champions League. He didn't need to do it. He caused us a massive mistake in that game at the San Siro, which I missed because he keeps on charging out of position. What I've said on what Romero needs is someone that's going to beat him up next to him. He needs someone that's going to put him. He needs a 6'7" Nikola Milinkovic next to him, who's going to go to Romero and say, "If you cost the team with one of your stupid things, I'm taking you outside and I'm going to kick your ass." That's what he needs. He needs a hard-nosed.
Exactly. So why are we judging him so harshly on his tenure with Spurs when, for one, he's had how many managers? Nuno, Conte, Stellini, Mason, soon to be his 5th manager, and he hasn't even started his 3rd season. And we're talking about his rashness and his decision making. Who the fuck does he report to? Who is the senior board of players that he can look to and say, "Hey, you know what? I don't know that I'd had a good week here. Give me some advice on what I could do." Eric Dyer, all right, go to Cafe Portugal and get yourself fucking Bonbon. This isn't. like he doesn't have any structures, any support system here, and we're acting like, why didn't you fucking do shit, Romero? The defense is conceding goals, 60, 70 goals, and where's Christian Romero doing? A defender cannot stand out among a group of defenders who are conceding goals. That just, I don't know any defender in the history of sport that can be lauded for his efforts when your team is conceding as much as our team has
He
conceded.
just needs to cut those. He needs to cut those rashness out. And I
Romero
watched
in. Yeah, big up, Phil.
Romero in all the way. If he's got a proper defender next to him, if we don't have a proper defender next to him that's going to stop him doing these stupid things, then he's got to go. We need someone that's going to grab him round the neck and say, "You don't do this." I had the privilege of watching one of the best defenders I've ever seen, Ledley King, for years.
Big up, Danny K.
Barry, how many times did you ever see Ledley King run 50 yards out of his own box and clatter someone?
You didn't.
Never.
But
that is
who did you mention? Who'd you mention, Ben?
Ledley King, who played with Michael Dawson's, Anthony Gardner's shit defenders. Like you can't. Romero is playing.
What year was this?
What?
What year was this?
Years ago. Still, it's defending.
Defending, correct, but I would argue that the tactics of a team like, let's say, Man City.
There were still reducers in those days. Defending has not changed a lot. Yes.
Well, no, I mean, you want to get the ball from the fucking guy.
But you had players like Ryan Shawcrosses. You had players like Roy Keane in midfield that were smashing people week in, week out. If Ledley King came into this team, he would eat Romero for breakfast, and you would say, "You're shit, mate." He'd say, "You can't defend. You don't do the basics of defending, which is stay on your feet and win the ball. You don't charge 50 yards out of your own area and clatter someone for no reason."
There wasn't no reason, Ben. It wasn't no reason. It took the player out of the game, and I, for one, appreciate him doing that.
Off, which we then lost 4-1 afterwards. So we beat one team and then lost to the next team. If he had him in that team against Leicester, we might have drawn. We might have got a point in that game.
Go ahead,
Scott.
He
doesn't make those tackles for Argentina. He was aggressive when I watched him at Atalanta, but not this way. I think it's I think he has to leave Spurs, and this isn't a praising of him. I think he thinks he's too big for Spurs. I think he doesn't care about, especially this Spurs side, because I didn't see him making. He was always somewhat rash, but not this level of rashness last season. And I think it's his mentality more than anything. I think he's done with Spurs. He thinks he's too big. He needs a new club to go to.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to read Elias's comment. Football is. If you put Ledley King in this Tottenham team, he would be the best defender in the league. That's not evolution. Ledley King was awesome. Romero would not get in that Tottenham team 10 years ago and be a Ledley King, playing with Jamie Redknapp's and Anthony Gardner's and Steve Malbronx and who's that? Alan Hutton's and Benoit Asuakoto's. He'd been out. Ledley King was carrying crap players, generational talent as the captain.
But so let's use that argument then. I love Ledley. He stands up for Levy. He said he believes the ownership's doing everything right.
Jacob, he's getting paid by the club. It's his
he's
job.
Getting paid.
I'm
not talking about Ledley King. I'm not talking about Ledley King, the club ambassador. I'm talking about Ledley King.
They love whoring him out, show his face. What's an event we can throw Ledley at? We'll send him to Korea a month early so he can do a bunch of content for us. It's a fucking joke. But my point with why I said, okay, let's use this argument. What did Ledley King win here exactly?
Carling Cup, more than Romero.
The Carling Cup.
More than Harry Kane.
More than Harry Kane, yeah.
Playing in a worse team.
So what does that say about our players then, Ben?
They're shit. All of them.
Romero's in the mud.
So why are we picking Romero out of a fucking bunch of people who've been here? He has not been here long enough, in my opinion, for all the fan base to be saying he's shit, he can't defend.
Can we move on, please? Can we move on, please?
Just put Romero in total cheeks, Jacob, and let's move on.
He's not total cheeks. I'm not going to do it.
Attitude, Jacob. I said if you go back to the point, I said for his attitude and the way that he puts his country before his club. That's what I said.
agree. Yeah,
I didn't say because of his defending. I didn't say because of tackling. I didn't say of anything else. I said it because of his ability to want to play for his country over his club, and that's what all South American players do.
King slander, by the way. Has Ledley King won the World Cup? He was playing with shit. That England team.
Elias, you weren't even a Tottenham fan when Ledley King was playing, so
yeah,
shut
you
up,
didn't
man.
even watch
Fucking
Ledley King as a Tottenham fan.
Can we?
And saying he's defending Leeds.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, please move
Ledley
on.
King wouldn't train an entire week, play on the Saturday, and be man of the match. Romero trains all week and gets sent off for doing a stupid fucking tackle. Ledley King, one knee, best defender I've ever seen. Romero wouldn't even be able to lace his boots. Wouldn't even be able to touch them. Wouldn't even be able to look at them. That's a defender. A proper defender.
Thierry Henry even said that Ledley King was the toughest.
Yeah,
defender.
Paul Beatty says, I need a man up for Romero. He's a GOAT. There we go.
Jacob.
Big up Phil P. Woo!
Romero is our best defender. His attitude is shit. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's why I he should be in total peaks.
He still hasn't done anything nearly as bad as some of these other players, like Harry Winks liking a thing from Pep Guardiola, like Tanguy and Ndombele walking off when we were playing the Shrimp and we needed a goal. He's our best defender at Spurs, and that's why I just don't understand the fucking attacks that he gets, because we've had a shitty season. And yes, he has been at fault for some goals. Yes, he has made some rash decisions. Yes, he has been, etc., etc. But like, come on, we gotta evaluate him with a grain of salt, surely. Big up Hotspurs. I did put the poll up. I put Romero.
His attitude is total cheeks. Is Romero's attitude total cheeks? Yes. That's simple. Yes.
I put Romero. Is he goated, overrated, overhated, or total cheeks?
He is a brilliant talent with a shit attitude, just like Tanguy and Ndombele was. All the ability in the world, terrible attitude.
Can someone send Danny
I agree with Scott M often. Scott M's right. He should leave.
He should. I mean, I do too. If all the fans fucking turn on him this quick, and then he's gonna say shit about all these other motherfuckers in our club, I'll be damned if he should stay here and get abused the same way Sonny should leave, because he gets abused and fucking mistreated just because he had a down season. That's what I don't understand about fans. That shit actually makes me mad. Can someone send Danny the link? He wants to come on. He wants to have his say.
Fuck Danny Kiriakou. He decides he thinks he can move to Amsterdam, not call people back, not talk to people, and then come on people's shows. Fuck off, mate.
Big up Hiss and Bluff Hoggies says Romero is just a good defender. No more, no less. And that's fair. I can accept it. I'm not saying he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm just saying he's the best thing I've seen since fucking... You ready to move on? Daniel's about to explode.
Move on, Jacob.
Okay, I'm going to move on. Guys, gosh.
I love
just making sure I'm caught up on the freaking...
I love you, Jacob.
I love you all, too. Here he is. The one and only Danny Kiriakou. We're very small now. I may need to work on this layout some more. Let me.
Fuck off, mate.
Fuck off, mate.
It's not called me for 4 months, you know. Danny never
Nick,
calls me.
Nick, wake up, mate. I've been busy, mate. I just came back from seeing Brian Daigle in Amsterdam.
Oh, you actually went and met him? I said to Dave, Danny's going to blow you out like he blows everyone else out.
No, because I was away from Amsterdam earlier, so we were at the beach earlier today, and then
I know the story. We don't need to tell the world your story. We know you were.
You're asking Barry.
I know your story, Danny. I know where you were earlier because I spoke to your secretary because no one can get hold of you. It's fine.
No, I was gonna say, and nice to see everyone, by the way. This like what Ben was saying about Ledley King, he's absolutely spot on, right? Ledley King made everyone better because he was a lead at the back. He was an absolute general, right? And he played with one knee towards the end of his career, and he was still better than everyone in the Premier League. Most players didn't even have to train. So Ledley, what the difference between Ledley King and Romero is Ledley King was a born defender. Like Ben said, he's a generational talent. If Ledley King didn't have his injury record that he had, he would have been by far the best defender in the country, one of the best in the world at that. That's how good Ledley King is. So I don't want anyone slandering Ledley King because he was phenomenal. And this thing about Ledley King being like what Nick was saying, He is paid by the club. He's not going to say to his boss, "Oh yeah, mate, you're fucking doing a shit job, aren't you? You're running this club shit." Because he's just going to get a sack. Right? He's going to get a sack like everyone else Levy sacks when they say a bad word about him or fart in the wrong way. And with Romero, right? I want to say with Romero. Romero is by far the best centre back we have, the defender at the club, right? Last season, people weren't slating Romero then when he was playing absolutely brilliantly for Spurs, right? When we managed to achieve a top 4 overachievement that we shouldn't have really achieved, right? And the reason why he was so good, because the whole team were playing better last season. This season, right, there's been absolute turmoil at the club, right? The managers we've had, the issues with the culture's just got even worse in the club. Now, when Romero looks to his left, he looks at fucking someone like Eric Dyer, and he's got Davison Sanchez and Ben Davies sitting next to him. When he's taking his foot off the gas, right? Because firstly, you can see clearly that he's not been the same player this season. His lack of concentration is way worse than it was last season. You can see he's not been consistent with his form. He's probably had more bad games than good games this season. But let's be honest, what player has been good this season? No fucking player in this squad has been good this season. And to say that Romero is a bad defender is it's just ridiculous. I think Spurs fans, literally, it's the typical Spurs fan mentality where they see one game that, oh yeah, that's it, he's shit. Or he's made a couple of mistakes, oh yeah, he's shit. Romero is a very, very talented player. Yeah. And all Romero needs, right, is someone next to him who is a fucking man, a leader, right, who's going to say to him, don't you fucking get out, don't you fucking charge out there, right, you fucking stay put. He needs someone to grab him by the fucking shirt and grab him by the throat and say, you fucking listen to me, right, I'm your captain, I'm the boss, right, you do what I say. He needs someone who's got bigger balls than him, because Romero, right, he's just overhyped. He's got that aggression in him, right? And because he's got fucking shit next to him, he thinks, oh, this season, what's the point in trying? You can see clearly he's not concentrating. He's doing more rash challenges. He's just all over the place this season. You put better players next to him, I guarantee you he'll be a better player. 100,000,000%. Because you need someone next to him who's going to tell him what to do, or tell him, don't run out, control the back line. Well, you've got fucking Eric Dyer sitting next to you. How are you going to get him to control the line? Eric Dyer's a fucking useless piece of shit, right? He doesn't even know how to control himself, right? So how?
Sorry,
exactly.
Whose favourite player is Eric Dyer's? I'm just putting it out there. I don't know.
Dave Portnoy. Oh.
That's the $1 million question. How are we going to get the defense?
I'm just going to say, if Eric Dyer is your favourite player, you know nothing about football.
All Romero needs is a leader. And do you know what, right? Do you know what, Ben? Do you know what, right? The funniest thing is we actually haven't had a leader in that back line, a proper leader, since Ledley King. The only leader that came close was a Jan Vertonghen. That was it. And he was our best defender, maybe in one of our best ever Premier League defenders in the Premier League era, right? You got to say, for me, in Premier League era, it's Ledley King all day long. But after him, it's Jan Vertonghen.
Like Nikola Milinkovic from Fiorentina. 6 foot.
Do you know what? I was looking today, yeah. I would take a fucking Tarkowski. Someone like Tarkowski, put him next to Tarkowski. Someone like Tarkowski, put him next to fucking Romero, and there's no way that Tarkowski's going to let him do the shit that he does on that pitch. Because Eric Dyer ain't saying shit to him, because Eric Dyer's a fucking piece of shit.
Hard, but Milinkovic would be better, because he would fix Romero's shortcomings, which he cannot header a ball, which is ridiculous for a centre half.
Yeah.
Anyway, where are we at, Jacob? Fuck this.
He's 6'7". Serbian. He's going to.
Romero discombobulated this entire show. Got us talking about
we all want to sleep with him secretly.
Oh, Romero? I'm afraid of him personally.
No, we all want to sleep with Danny Kiriakou. Fuck you know.
Well, that's true too. Let's see.
You said it, not me. But...
Where were we? Not gonna put Romero anywhere because that was a pickle. Where was he? Let me take him out. Let me put him back down here. Papa Matasar came on as a substitute. Let's see how much he played. He came in at the 67th minute, so Not
He's the
thir-
He was
definition
good,
of
man. I
milk.
think he needs some milk.
Yeah.
I mean, look how skinny he is.
Yeah.
he needs some milk.
He needs some.
He's got legs like an
fucking
antelope plate.
woman's
So
milk.
we're saying for
Yeah,
Papa
he does.
Matasar, we're in agreement here about Papa Matasar.
He needs some milk.
He needs some
needs
milk.
Milk.
Big up Papa Matasar. Sass, you're getting put in the
That's him
total
rolling
cheeks.
around.
Yeah.
That's him rolling around.
Oh, so now we're choosing who we put in.
Okay, fine. I'll take him back out. You
Yeah.
can hang out with Romero
Fucking
down here with
show.
the
You
fucking
just
no shows.
decided-
He'll be
Ollie
down here
Skip.
with the no shows. Okay, the no shows will be down here.
Ollie Skip,
Um,
cheeks.
Oliver Skip, total cheeks. I'm saying he was so bad
No,
today.
he was so bad today. He's not in. He wasn't on the same level as those fucking bums minus Royale.
He's
So, yeah.
got the ball control of a rapist. Jesus Christ.
No, he was good, man. I was good today.
I mean, Jesus.
Oh, we're cancelled. Cancelled.
Cancelled the show.
Oh, fair enough.
Ollie Skip's an average player at best.
Oh my God.
So Oliver
people
Skip
think it's
today.
good
What are
enough.
we saying? We're saying he was so bad, or was he total cheeks today?
He was so bad.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
bad.
Yeah.
Where did we put Sar and Orange? I don't.
Sar's in orange. Yeah, Sar got put in the milk
He needs
time.
milk, man.
Yeah, but he
Nothing.
needs milk. But he needs milk. So that's just the story.
So Oliver Skip, total cheeks and overhyped, says Carl Simpson. I like Skip, but he's seriously limited, says Wayne Bonner.
It's Harry Winks. It's just another Harry Winks, just a bit
Yeah.
stronger.
No, but Harry Winks could pass a ball when he was fit. Harry Winks was a very competent fielder before his injury. He was a very
Okay, this is where I got to stop you now. He's a very competent ass kisser.
No, but that's what you've missed. The last thing I said, Jacob. Before his injury at Burnley, the moment he got injured, he was finished as a footballer. He couldn't pass the ball. He had no engine, and he was basically Scott Parker when he was playing for AVB, just spinning in circles and being shit. Before that, Winks played against Modric and Kroos in a Champions League game. And
Let's not talk about Harry fucking Winks.
Yeah,
He can
shit.
fuck off.
Fuck him.
Can we just
He's
not
a
talk about
I
that?
hate
Let's
that
move
guy.
on.
So we're saying red for Winks. I'm seeing some
Yeah.
total cheeks in the chat. Anyone got total cheeks argument
I
for
mean, you
Winks
decide.
today?
Just decide.
Winks,
Skip,
you
you
mean
mean.
Skip? Stop talking about
Skip.
Winks. You got Winks on the.
Did I say
Red is
Winks or
fine
did I
for
say
him.
Skip? I meant
You said
Skip.
Winks. Skip, so bad. today.
Same but different.
Hyungmin's son, Hyungmin daddy, Hyungmin hung, Hyungmin father. I'm saying he needs some milk today.
Well,
He
no.
was so bad today.
No,
He
he's,
was
So
bad.
bad.
he's in red.
I love the
Not
man, but
total
he was
cheeks.
terrible
Fuck you,
today.
Jacob. You're not winning any argument. I'm going against everything you're saying now.
He was so
He
bad.
was
So-
bad today. His stats, you said it yourself. He was the third.
He was
worst
ranked
player.
statistically, but my eyes, he looks
whatever.
so good in my eyes. It's hard for me to. You take
I
the
know
eye
it's
test.
not
That's
him.
where the eye
He's
test comes in,
terrible.
and my bias takes over because he just makes me so damn H word.
Hey,
You know
he
what I
Someone
mean?
said-
didn't run at
Super chat for
defenders. He
Jacob.
lost the ball.
Someone send a super chat so Sonny can go in orange.
No. Don't waste your money.
No, Sonny's already in orange. I'm saying milk time, and
No, he can't be.
He needs some milk.
Or
Man,
total
you
cheeks.
can't,
Terrible
you
today.
can't put him in.
It was
What
terrible.
did Son do today, man? He got the same like Matthew Craig or Daniel
was
Craig
awful.
or the next James Bond or whatever we're talking about.
James
He was
Bond, a
so
little
bad.
legitimate
Mate,
child.
come on, he was Sonny. Sonny was so
He
bad
was
today.
so bad.
So everyone's saying-
he didn't take players on. He lost the ball. He's so bad today. But he'll
He
never
needs
go.
some
into
women,
the
I
Leeds.
think.
He's so bad today. Come on, man. Just hold it up there, man. Please. You need.
So he was
some-
all right, but not great, is what I'm hearing.
Fuck off, man.
Oh, Danny, use the catchphrase, mate.
Fuck off, mate.
He's
Danny-
so bad today, Jacob.
We're saying so bad. All right, let me get a poll of the people in the panel real
Jesus.
quick. All right,
Yeah, he
I'm
was
saying
bad today.
orange. It's milk time for Sonny, and that's being rude to my star boy.
Oh man.
Motherfucking stop.
What's the panel
No
saying?
chance is he in orange.
He's so bad today.
I'll just
so
go.
bad today.
Okay, so I'll go from bottom up. Danny says red. He's so bad. Scott,
He's so bad, and only because Kulu was so worse. He probably should be in total cheeks, but I'll say red.
oh man. Okay, so that's 2 for red. Big up Paul Hotspur in the house. Everyone say what's up to Paul.
What up, Paulie?
The biggest
Big up,
Ange
Paul.
Postecoglou
Yes,
fan in
Ellen.
the world.
Oh no.
That's
I love Paul.
Um, But we're not talking about Ainge. We're not talking about Ainge. So Scott says red. Barry, you're saying red as well.
I'm saying red.
Daniel,
bad.
Red. Bad.
Daniel.
Very bad. Sorry,
Help me,
Jacob.
Daniel.
Jacob.
Ben.
He's red. I'm sorry.
It's a full house, Jacob, in your face.
Fucking A. Paul, save me.
Yellow.
Yellow. Well, we're the
matter.
minorities
Well,
here.
yeah.
And being that I've
Doesn't matter.
honored.
We weren't talking about Ange. We weren't talking about Ange, Paul. So he's red. Sonny's red.
So Sony was red today as well.
Big up, Angie.
I will honor democracy again. You can super chat, get him higher, get him lower.
Yeah, love you the more.
I wish I could super chat my
Get him
damn
lower.
self.
Get someone put a super chat to move
Jacob.
Sonny lower.
No, don't do
Jacob,
that.
Jacob, get a bit more North Korean on these fuckers. Put him in orange, man.
I'm being
Well,
democratic
sadly-
about it. This is a
Sadly, Son is South Korean, so that doesn't work, does it?
well, that's it. I don't have any other players. Someone else came. Greg Abbott. Sorry, that's Texas governor. George Abbott. Who should I use for George Abbott's avatar? We'll use Joe Roden.
Joe Rogan. Oh,
So-
good. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Get him up there. Come on.
Emerson needs milking.
Right.
Barry Wynn.
How do you find this place? How the
Move
fuck
him
does
up,
this
bitch.
happen?
Move him back up.
Emerson going back up to Milky. And Elias has super chatted Sunny and Green. There we go.
Oh, you would,
Shut
wouldn't
up,
you?
man. Fuck's sake.
There we
This
go.
is what happens
Big
when
up
you let the
Elias.
happy clappers in.
Super chatting.
Elias needs to go to Specsavers.
I think this was a bias move. It was less on what we saw, more. So what? George Abbott. I mean, he came in the 90th minute. Are we saying anything for George Abbott? Big up for the super chats. Thank you both. Thank you both. Oh, thank you as well at the end of the show. George Abbott, total cheeks. Why not?
I've got no opinion on him because I really didn't see that.
Didn't see him at all.
I was watching the
It's
Everton
not
game at the end of it.
applicable. Really needs a new thing of not applicable.
I think he made one pass. I saw him make one pass. That was
Well, let's see what the stats said. The stats, he doesn't even have a score,
He does have
but he does have 1 out of 1 pass. 100%
He's the
pass
next, he's the
accuracy.
next Ryan Mason.
I told you he
Amazing.
made one pass.
He did.
Put
He
him in
did.
green.
that deserves gold.
Ben said green.
Put him in green.
One pass.
100% of his things. Put him in
One
green.
Hey,
God.
he's not on King Kane's level. I don't think anyone. He
Deluded.
could have scored a
Stats don't lie,
hat trick.
Jacob.
Yeah, stats don't lie. 100% pass accuracy. That was fun. A little ranking took a little longer than I thought it would, but that was a lot of
We had
fun.
a massive argument
Uh-oh.
during the show.
Thanks. Oh my god. Wow.
That was a lot of fun. I want to say thank you everyone who super chatted. That made that a lot of fun. The Christian Romero thing, I'm not going to bring it up again, but I just wanted to end off by saying he's the best damn thing we've had back there in quite some time, and it's nice to see a sugary cup of coffee back there, as opposed to the pasty, spoiled milk, which actually killed a U.S. president once. He drank milk that had been sitting out at a July 4th festival all day in the sun, and it killed the president. So there's your little president trivia. He
fucking
drank it,
moron.
he got really sick, and he died like a week later. So
Wow. What a
don't
moment.
trust the milk if it's been out too long. And that's Eric Dyer for you.
Why did Jesus? That's embarrassing.
Guys, I'm almost here on 2 hours. I did not plan for this to be this long, but I want to say this has been a lot of fun. I want to get everyone's final thoughts before I close out of here. Paul, I know you just joined. You asked if there's room for another, and when it comes to you, there's always room for you, my friend.
Thanks, sweetie.
So I want to get your initial thoughts, and then I'm also going to get your parting thoughts as well. But initially, the game 4-1 versus Leeds, in a game that sees us not making your. Are you happy about the European place or the lack thereof?
I'm sort of ambivalent. I'm just happy we won and scored some goals, really. It's been a while since, I've watched the match with a smile on my face. So although the stakes were low, it's nice to end the season like that. And Lucas getting a goal to see him off, that's a nice little story for him. So, yeah, I'm happy. Fuck it. Why not?
Why not? I love it, Paul. And then who's your man of the match? Is it just a walk-away home run with Kane?
Oh, it has to be. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you get the brace and an assist. Hard to pick anyone else. And then what did you make of Bissouma? Second
liked
game
him,
starting in a
actually.
row. He looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, he's very comfortable on the ball. Like, he gets the ball, and if the other team's running at him, he kind of doesn't give a shit. He doesn't get flustered. He's not, he's very nice temperament. Very nice temperament.
He's
I
very
think
calm, yeah.
I think he's going to really blossom next year. Actually.
Yeah, so do I.
He's got this really idiotic thing
Hope
though.
so.
He starts like he did it against Brentford, and it cut him down. He's got this knack. In the 25th minute, he'll do a stupid tackle and get a yellow card, and he'll be on edge for the rest of the game. Once he cuts that out, Bissouma is a quality midfielder. He's
My thing again about these players that running in is picking up a stupid yellow. Again, when you have a bunch of clumsy numbnuts riding around with you, sometimes you got to clean up the work after him or just show a little frustration. So I don't blame him for some of them stupid yellows. Obviously, I agree. He shouldn't have done. Last week, he had a yellow for no reason. Really dumb challenge.
Yeah.
His first start versus West Ham early on in the season, same thing.
was
In the first 30 minutes, a yellow. That's tough, especially when you're asked to play
when you're
kind
a midfielder, you cannot get a yellow. You've got
at least not in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, you've got to keep it tight early on.
I agree.
I still think he's Lo Celso in disguise, to be honest. But hopefully next season.
Don't say that. I fucking hate Giovanni Lo Celso. I actually have a very
Jesus.
there's a very acidic part of my stomach that is saved for Giovanni Lo Celso because I cannot stand this man. There was a comment earlier in the chat that I didn't read because it would have totally derailed everything worse. But it was saying, like, I don't know why people think Giovanni Lo Celso isn't good. I'm sorry, but when your legs are built like a 40-year-old cowboy, if you've seen him walk, man, more bow-legged than a damn crab. And we're talking about this guy's the next. He ain't nothing. He ain't done nothing. Look, Argentina won a World Cup.
He only plays for Argentina. He uses Tottenham to get fit. Then he plays for Argentina.
There's certain players that are just not built for Premier League football. He's one of them. Like he's built for the Spanish league, a lot more technically slower paced type of league. He's not built for the physicality and the rigorous demands of Premier League football. Some players are just not built for it. I'll give you another example, and people might not agree with me, but for me, Juan Foyth is a prime example of a player for me who just was not cut for the Premier League. Brian Hill's another example. He's got a lot of technical ability. Looks like a really good player when he plays for his in another country, but it's just the same thing. It's certain players.
Anytime Brian Hill gets mentioned, I have to bring it's a contractual obligation. Just to show you the Perisic masterclass.
Look at the state of it.
You know Bissouma though. What Bissouma's looked like. For me, I wanted Bissouma as soon as I saw him, how good he was, and I think under the right coach, which probably won't be next season, because personally, I think Brendan Rodgers is going to get hired, and then within 15 games, he's going to be sacked, and we're going to have Ryan Mason for the rest of the season. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen.
No, man, Big Ange is coming next week after he lifts his third trophy of the season. He's going to come down the M1 with an armoured van holding all his medals he's won through his career.
Armoured van.
Yeah, leave you look at the medals and go, sorry, I don't know what that is.
What's that then?
Sorry, mate.
What's the scrap value?
What are you showing me? I don't understand. Me not understand the trophies.
Me no.
Postecoglou sounds like a dish, but anyway, like it sounds like a
Anyway, Jacob, I'm gonna have to bounce. I know
Yeah,
you're
man.
closing up, but I got
No worries. Let me get your final thoughts before you go. You were there. You sang Lucas Moura. There's only one Lucas Moura. You were loud and proud, Barry. So happy for you. How was your day out? And what's your final assessment now that the season's over?
How was my day out? Well, first of all, like I said, fuck Talk Sport because they interviewed me and other Tottenham fans and didn't put it up. So they're dead to me as well.
They're in the mud.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Talk Sport with your fucking Simon Jordan, your best mate with fucking Levy. No surprise that I didn't get on when I said that they don't back managers. So that's probably why I didn't get on. My final thoughts on the game. Well, look, I've seen 2 wins this season. I saw a 4-1 win Southampton the first game of the season. I saw a 4-1 win Leeds away last game of the season. So I think I'll just go and watch the first and last game of the season.
Yeah, I think so.
You're a good luck charm.
Yeah, look, in terms of the season, it's been very disappointing. Obviously, I'm in the mud because I said we're going to Istanbul and booked hotels. So yeah, I think I won't be making silly predictions like that again.
When's the haircut?
But look, we've there's more questions than answers, right? We've now got 3 days till the season ticket deadline for renewals. We've got no manager, no director of football, no women's manager, no defence.
And Brendan Rodgers coming in.
No midfield.
Shark face.
Harry Kane question marks. Brendan Rodgers coming in. Yeah, there's so many things that this football club needs to do, and I don't think 6 to 8 weeks is going to be enough.
No, one window's that, especially with the
I
rate.
think
I
I might be with Scott M next season and being like super negative. But big up seeing Scott, man. Scott brings the reality to people, to the happy clappers and everything else, right?
He is the sun to Icarus's wings.
I missed it, Barry. Did you say when we were going on our trip to Istanbul? Is it coming up for us soon? Hey?
Yeah, it's coming up. Soon. Well, it is coming up soon because I'm with Expressions. I'm on loan to Man City, so I should have kept the hotel. We could have all gone to Istanbul, gone to see the final. I just didn't say which team, right? So, look, it's going to be like with Spurs. It's going to be an interesting summer. But look, I think what we all need to do is just forget about it. I'd say it can't get worse, but it definitely can.
It's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
Shark face comes in.
And also, what I forgot to mention is Reguilon, Lo Celso, Winks, and Ndombele, Roden, Spence, all those other players that are on loan that are coming back.
Doherty's not. Maybe we can do the old Doherty.
Oh yeah, let's re-sign Doherty because he's going to be on a free, from Atletico.
Yeah, we'll get him on a free after Atletico. Yeah,
we're going to be free BFP in the summer because we got no money.
It's like 7 ex-wives coming back to squash your dreams like a bug.
7 ex-wives. That sounds like a fucking horror film.
There's one positive, right? I took from today, and I think for me, it's the fact that I think Pedro Porro can be the right winger for Spurs.
Yeah,
correct.
We were talking about that early on in the show too. Is that I think he had definitely. I would much prefer to see him at the right wing position than Kulusevski. But Barry,
I think if you keep them two, I think for them two, competition for the right wing is perfect. You got a proper natural right-footed player who's like a proper old school winger, who's actually a very technically gifted player who can score a goal, and then you've got someone who's slightly different in Kulu. And if you can get them two players as the right wingers, I think that's our right wing sorted.
We go out there and get Samuel Chukwueze.
And anyway, I've already booked tickets for the Champions League final next year because it's in London, so I don't need to book anywhere. So
we're not in any European. So
if you want to come, there's space at my house. Don't worry, it's fine.
All right, that'll be fun.
I'll be there.
I might come anyway then.
Barry Nick Ranger, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, fuck
I know
off,
you had
Barry.
a long day traveling back from Elland Road. Thank you for being loud and proud with the boys. Shelfside Spurs show live this Thursday, the season finale, and then you won't be able to see them for all summer, right?
Yeah, no, you won't be able to. Well, you'll be able to see me, but you won't be able to see me on Shelfside Spurs show or on. No, Elias, you're not welcome on my house. So before, just no, everyone else is welcome apart from Elias, so it's fine. Yeah, just so you.
But the house next to his Elias is open for Airbnb, so go and rent that. You can share a backyard with Barry. Y'all can share morning coffee.
The shed is okay for Elias, maybe. Not that, but big up everybody. Good to see you, Daniel. Good to be on stream with you. Big up Scott M. As always, big up the cough. Big up Jacob, even though you were deluded and in the mud.
No.
Big up all of your Costa Coglu or Cogly, who's going to come or not come. And there's only 3 words for you. It's fuck off, mate.
Fuck off, mate.
Big up, Barry. Thanks for coming in. Scott, I didn't get to hear too much from you, but I do want to get, how do you feel now that we're officially in 8th, no European football? Are you happy about the 1 game a week? I real quick want to preface this with the whole, like, we can't compete. I was listening to Last Word on Spurs earlier, and Lee McQueen was like, saying that he didn't want Conference League because we couldn't compete on 4 fronts. And my argument to that would be, even if we made the Conference League, it doesn't mean we're competing on 4 fronts, because one of those 4 fronts is the fucking Premier League. We're definitely not competing on that front. Yeah. The other front would be the Champions, or not the Champions League, FA Cup we don't care about, Carabao Cup we don't care about, Conference League Cup we likely wouldn't care about it either. So we really still would be competing on no fronts. That would be my argument there. But
yeah, I don't care.
I think
Europe or no Europe, I don't think it makes a difference. I know a lot of people are saying we need the time on the training pitch, but we're not going to bring in a manager that training will make a difference. We're not going to bring in players.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to bring in Brendan Rodgers. We're going to have Dyer, Royale, Davies, Hoiberg, all the same shit. They don't need more, right? So that's why I don't care. If I thought we are a properly run club who actually was going to bring in a manager that's going to make a difference, then sure, I could understand it. So my feeling about Europe is I don't care either way. It doesn't make a difference. We're not going to compete for it. We're not going to be stronger in the other competitions. We're not in it, so who cares?
Scott's spot on. He's spot on. It's true. I was saying as well, I would like it because I think it gives a manager to give them time to kind of train a bit. But like Scott said, it is going to be Brendan Rodgers, so there's no point. These players are fucking useless. And to be honest with you, you'll probably end up getting embarrassed by a nobody team we've never heard of before. So what's the point?
Well, we've heard of them now. We've heard of them now with Mura and
there'll be more of them. Trust me. There'll be more of them. There'll be more of them.
Those teams I've never heard of stomping our ass.
I think getting 8th place is what I think Spurs fans need to understand. That is what our level is, and until they understand that is where we are, the only way things change is if fans understand this. Because if they want to accept this, then we're a fucked club. Basically, we're finished. But if they want more from their club, then they have to try and make a difference, and that's basically what it is. Those fans in that stadium need to feel how most of us feel.
I agree with you, Danny. Danny, thank you so much for calling in today. Always a blessing when we can catch you. It's like a shooting star. You know what I mean? You hear about them. Sometimes you see a picture of them or a video of them, but when you see them live, it's just nothing like it. So, I would love to have you on. I would love to have you on. I want to do over the summer Jacob's transfer targets, and I want someone to either, help me come to terms with the fact we won't get him, or tell me that this is a bad choice for Spurs. But I've been compiling a list all season of players from different leagues of different price tags that I think would suit Spurs, that I like but I mean, again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I also like Adama Traore. I love a big meaty man running down the wings. And if you can do it super, super fast, I'm going to give you a thumbs up. So hopefully you can join me for that. But here's the link for Tottenham on Tour, where you can catch Danny at some point, sometime. Do you have a... Yeah, it's mostly Daigle's little videos he's doing in the mornings, those cockerel doodle doos. But Danny, when's the next time people can find you?
It depends. Maybe I'm going to start probably coming back more on streams fairly soon. So probably see me around a bit more. I don't know. Depends on how the summer goes, but I'm sure there's going to be a shit show of news every single day. So I'm sure you'll see me a bit more in the coming weeks.
We released a video today on Tottenham on Tour with Ryan Isaacs, the post-match reaction, so you can check that out now.
There you go, Ben. Plug it.
Bagel and I will be recording the Spurs in review. We're going to do a season-y review thing, and then what's going to happen is we're going to forget that. I mean, Dave, we're going to shout at the camera for 25, 30 minutes. We're going to do that tomorrow. And yeah, that's what's happening on Tottenham on Tour.
Big up. Well, that's what's happening with Tottenham on Tour. But Ben, since you're already talking to me, tell me what's going on with the chillest corner of YouTube over there at the coffee company.
Unfortunately,
Please
we're
do
on
go sub to the
hiatus.
Coffee Company. I'm partial. One of my favorite channels on YouTube, and I'm not even being facetious or lying. It's actually, I wake up and when you have already ended and I'm eating breakfast, it's quite lonely. So
Yeah.
you need to do longer than an hour stream, Ben, for the Americans. But that's just my opinion.
We're trying not to clash with anyone. We're trying our
Fuck
best.
everyone. The coffee company's where it's at. Anyone running while the coffee company's running ain't getting my view. That's just how I feel. But tell everyone.
Unfortunately, we are on hiatus at the moment. We will be flying to the United States of America on Tuesday. So we will be on a short 2-week break and soaking up the terrible food and ridiculous humidity. It's going to be great.
Well, there's my mornings all shitted on for the next 2 weeks. Love that. I'll just eat breakfast in silence or with my family.
But luckily,
where are you off to in America, Ben?
Florida.
We're going to Orlando.
Florida? Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, try their local bath salts, mate.
Don't do that. They'll make you eat someone's face.
No, I don't.
Big up, Graham. Graham's in the house.
Big up, Graham.
Big up, Graham. Graham's in the house. Big up, Bryce. Bryce tuning in. You missed a fun rating show, Bryce. Hope you're doing all right, though, buddy. But yeah, Bobby K agrees with me. Coffee Company is the place to wake up with for sure. I'm gonna be pretty upset that you're going on a 2-week break and there's no brewing bollocks on Wednesday.
How can I stream?
You hear that, Bobby? You should do a brewing bollocks with you and Kuva. Just do it on your channel since Ben don't want to party no more. Big up, Barry.
Bobby K has access to my channel as he's the co-host.
That is true. So you could still stream it on the Coffee Company. Sends Ben Kaufman. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But big up, Ben. Safe travels, and hopefully you can travel well. Daniel, my friend, thank you so much. This is is this the first time you've actually appeared on United Spurs of America?
It is.
Well, there we go. We got a debut done today. We got a debut done today. Big up, Daniel. What are you looking forward? Or let me ask you, how do you feel about no European ball? Good, bad? Do you not care?
I don't care. I mean, it's good, to be honest. Good. Conference League. If we ended on Conference League, the only only acceptable thing would be to win it, and we wouldn't. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Yeah, I really wanted to win it that first year. It was storybooked to be Roma versus Spurs, Jose versus the place that sacked him, and then he would win 1-0.
Yeah,
that's what it was supposed to be, and we didn't even get that. So that's pretty disappointing.
I can also say though, sorry, the only thing, thank God this unacceptable season is over. It's been fucking dreadful, and I've hated it, to be honest. I've hated almost every single moment of it. The only thing I can say, I'm glad that I've had the Spurs community on YouTube to keep me in check somehow, because either I would have gone fucking mad. I would have ended up in jail somewhere.
Yeah, well, you got the target on your back in that group chat, my friend, because you weren't too friendly to Lucas. But you know what? I like what you said in there. You said, this is my opinion, and you are allowed your opinion as well. Yeah, and I love it because you know what? Whether you think Romero's a shit defender or you agree with me and you think he's a decent defender who's got a big ceiling, all opinions are welcome, and I will never be condescending to you because of yours, which is more people than some people could say. So, big up, Daniel. Thank you for calling in with your debut. You're always welcome, my friend. You have my number. Hopefully, we can do something over the summer because I don't know what the schedule's going to look like. So please do hit that notification bell here if you want to see some more. I will be at least once a week. There will be something on this channel. My goal is twice a week throughout the summer to keep providing content here. Hopefully get some panel members on. I'm gonna do some stuff with rival fans. Gonna do a Jacob's Transfer Targets show, which should be a lot of fun. I'm working on making graphics and stuff. I'm trying to make it look professional, y'all. I'm trying here because you know what? We have YouTube members. We have 8 of them now. So on the YouTube channel, we can say thank you to our YouTube members on the homepage of United Spurs of America. So that's fun. So definitely keep it here. We will keep it locked. Obviously, as soon as we have any kind of breaking news, we will bring that as well. So please do keep it locked here, United Spurs of America. This stream is about double the length I was planning on going, so I do have to end the stream off now. But I do want to say,
can I just say that I've really enjoyed this just coming on and streaming with you and all the other people in the Spurs streaming thing. It's made me a better person.
but me most, right?
Because before I found all this lot, after a game, I just have to have an angry wank crying to a pillow and "Mummy, I've done it again." Whereas the week now, I can let it all out in a healthy way.
Oh man,
Big up, Porro. Love you, man.
That's fucking amazing.
And
Bryce says
Angry wank.
Bryce says you're a bit like Metallica, man. You lost your power. I lost my power. How did I lose my power? I don't know what power I lost. Hopefully I didn't lose my pizzazz.
Yeah.
The reason why you come here to United Spurs of America. I hope I didn't lose that. But big ups everyone who's tuned in. I also want to say big ups everyone who helped participate in the fun ranking system of today's match, and big ups to the super chatters Scott M getting Royale moved down. Nicholas Collison Barry was on the panel. He got Longley moved down. And then Nick got Emerson up, and it was a fun ride. Elias came in for Sonny and Green. So big ups to all of y'all for those 4 super chats. I also want to say big ups to our YouTube members, big up our Patreon members as well. You get your own special shout out in the intro and outro video. So big up yourself. Thank you so much for all the continued support. Please remember to like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. We are on the road to 1.5 here on United Spurs of America. We're trudging along like old beast, beat it up, Puda belly type. You know what I'm saying? But we're trudging. And I appreciate everyone's support along this way. But again, it's been a great Sunday for me. We get the dub. We see Leeds. We escort them down to the championship. And Harry Kane with the brace, bagging 30 goals. That was my only goal today. I wanted to see Harry Kane hit 30. And you know what? I got to see that. And he got an assist just because he's that good of a man. So, you know what? I'm happy. The season's over.
I just hope he stays next season, Jacob.
I think he will.
The only thing, I think he will as well. But yeah, I think he will. I think he's going to be the only shining light.
Ange is coming. He's coming. Postecoglou, choo choo. Woo woo. I wrote a fucking song about it yesterday, so I hope we do get him.
And just because Dave makes me do it. And as always, Levy out.
And come on, you Spurs. For the final time, Coys. Wait, I'll do it next time, but Coys.
United Spurs of America.